Hello everybody and welcome back to the live streams. It's been a little bit. We have projects sitting in the work in progress folder that we need to finish. Welcome back everybody. My name is KyngPin Creations for those of you who don't know, and I am joined here today with two of my artist friends, Dempsey J Illustrations and Nerd Comics Inc. How are you two?
I'm very good. We're all back.
That's good.
Glad to see Dempsey's back from being sick, and his Brexit attempt has failed once again.
It hasn't failed. It hasn't started yet.
But yeah. Let's see who we got in the chat. We got Ark as always. Awesome. Nice to see you. Maricela Marie, off topic, but you have gotten any of my comments in the previous videos? I believe so. I don't know if I responded to all of them, but I know I've definitely seen them all, but I've responded to a few. They're written down probably in my big notebooks, my sticky notebook of video suggestions, but I do have them. Dempsey's in the chat. Dragons are the bomb. Matthew Mangrum, how you doing? Thunderbirds fan 103. Then, how's everybody doing today? It's been... Well, if you want to know how life's going, YouTube has officially released 3-minute shorts. And that means literally every other form of content is just forgotten about.
YouTube no longer likes shorts.
Yeah, it's...
That's my dad joke for the next 6 years now. It's just every time they release a new feature, everything gets nerfed.
Yeah.
It's simple as. It doesn't matter what it is. It's YouTube's. We were saying this on the vidIQ Discord because they talk about everything YouTube. But basically, YouTube's lost what makes YouTube YouTube. It's trying to do what every other platform's doing, and it's killing everything that made it unique.
Yes, exactly. It's all right now. It's all about maximizing watch time by pushing the shorter videos, because that's how that works, and basically trying to monopolize what they can. And currently, since their biggest paycheck person is not doing so hot right now, I don't think YouTube knows what it's doing. Nerd's curse of microwaving tea inflicted Dempsey.
I do drink tea from time to time on a very rare occasion. I've never microwaved it myself. I think that's an abomination. So yes.
What if the microwave is the only viable option you have to make tea?
I wouldn't have tea. I'll just go back to plain water, which I have more than anything else. For me, tea is not necessity to survive, but I know for other British people, tea is a very big instance.
Because microwave tea is how I got through my freshman year of college.
Yeah. No. Just no. You know, just shivers and nightmares now. I'm not sleeping tonight. Your one was spudders, my one's microwave tea. Got it.
I would rather drink tea cold. I'm sorry, I had to.
I drink microwave water instead.
Well, I mean, I would microwave the water and then put the tea bag in. I wouldn't make the tea and then microwave it. That's weird.
Yeah, it's when they reheat the tea in the microwave as well. You're like,
yeah. No. If I have to reheat tea, then it's done. That's just a wasted cup.
That's fair.
That's my meme pun for the year gone.
So, how's everybody doing? What'd y'all think of the collab video with Fantasy Creed? Because it's been a while. It's been a full week since that came out, and we haven't had a chance, I guess, to talk about it. Air quotes, for lack of a better word.
I liked it. I thought it was quite cool. I'm there thinking that is such a cool idea to do different words. It's like, what could I give as a topic for you guys to, like just in the crew, just to go, what can you guys give me for a video? I'm also trying to think of what I could do. Like, if I plan it ahead, should I do one with Christmas? Because a Christmas critter and then a load of words to go with it. Then you put them in the wheel spinning for different categories to make sure it's all random and it gets removed from each one. It'd be like, oh, so I'm trying to map something like that out. Maybe Christmas Pokemon critters or something.
Ooh, that could be cool.
That'd be fun.
Be quite an interesting one. Make your own Pokemon out of these. So you've got a Christmas critter that is kind of based on, almost like True Green, because he's just released another one, which is 10 of them come and give all the stats to make its own Pokemon type videos. That's where the inspiration came from after watching that and watching watching your collab. I was like, ooh, ideas.
Nice.
But I'm already working on something else at the moment, which is like, I need to get this finished for Monday.
Yeah.
Monday's video, it's like, no, I need to do this first. Pay attention. Work on one thing at a time.
Yeah. That was so good. Thank you, Thunderbirds. The collab was fun. I'm glad you liked it, Ben. The collab vid is good. I was just a tad disappointed it was only 2 drawings per person. Yeah, I would have loved to do more, but me and Fantasy didn't spin for the wheels until Monday night. So I personally, I don't know how Fantasy Creed's actual schedule is, but that's 2 days gone from a video for me. I usually start working on Sundays before the stream, usually finish art by Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, sometimes Friday is scripting, recording, and editing. So subtracting 2 days on top of my trademark, I'm crunched for time. Maybe I should make something so complicated and out of my comfort zone. Just unfortunately did not give us a lot of time to do 3. But we both have the wheels saved and all the words, so there's always chance for a fun one, or another one just for fun.
Fantasy Creations Part 2. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, this isn't working with the linear dodge. Soft light, maybe? Hard light? Maybe hard light. I feel like I haven't drawn in forever. Oh my gosh, I haven't. It's been like a week. Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing how if you haven't drawn in like a few days or something, you go to it, your first couple bits of drawing or the first hours of drawing, you're like, wait, how did I forget to do this? I do this every week. What's going on here?
I finished tomorrow's video art on Monday and then spent the rest of the week doing the stuff because I had Comic-Con on Friday, which lost a day for me. And so, yeah, it's been like a good week since I've last drawn a picture on Photoshop. That's weird to think about.
I'm going to be drawing in between as well. I was going to video edit the writing bit, but I think I might be better off drawing and then uploading the picture after I've done it, and then see how much space I got left.
Yeah. Hey guys, would you like to see a pair-up crossover of Marvel and Smash Bros, DC and PlayStation All-Star Battles, Battle Royale, Xbox, and Scholastic Books Wait, Xbox, X Scholastic Books, and Indie X Anime Manga. I just kind of want one fighting game with everything combined, and then all the studios just kind of work together to constantly update that one video game for the rest of time. Because I feel like a lot of fighting games are very similar in what they offer, and then you got some characters on one that don't make it to the sequel, and I don't know, just like make one fighting game and then never make anything else and just keep updating that one thing forever and ever until everybody on the team passes away from natural causes.
Well, the natural causes of working on the same thing over and over and over and over and over again.
Probably that too. That's probably not the most mentally stimulating.
Stress levels through the roof. Okay.
But like on the other hand, like you'd always have a foundation for something rather than starting completely from scratch with a new game. Right?
Yeah,
I might not understand how video games work.
I quite like it where, you know, you've got the Street Fighter style ones and the next version on is built. I'm assuming they're built upon the first framework and they improve it with the graphics and stuff for Street Fighter 2, and then eventually you had Street Fighter Alpha, which is the 3D version where you could change perspective around the characters.
Right. Oh, that's true.
And that was quite cool because you had the core characters, their moveset stayed the same, they just upped the graphics and the logic in it, but it was almost like it was built on the same passionate thing up.
Yeah, something like that.
But I suppose games like Lethal Company do it. That it's one game that's just the versions are updated in the same code base again and again and again. So in theory, Lethal's doing that, which is quite nice.
Right.
But it's also a case of depending how many developers and that, it takes a while to get the release up.
That's true. Yeah. Oh. One of us. Is all of us too quiet, or is it just one of us?
I think it's because nobody was talking at the time, or it was quiet at the time.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wow. Yes, Ark. You need a prompt for the episode for the stream.
How will we ruin your life today?
Oh, I can do that. Are we going to be Dempsey mean, or are like Dempsey destroys Ark, or are we going to be you guys select it?
So,
Ark, which would you prefer?
would you like easy or hard mode?
or expert, like veteran?
Either is fine.
I like that. Then KyngPin the Kind or Dempsey the Destroyer?
Yeah. I wouldn't underestimate me, then. I can be mean.
Yeah, KyngPin the Killer. Dempsey the Devastator.
All right, let's see. Ark. I want you to draw. I want you to draw. I want you to draw.
His brain buffer is buffering. Give him a minute.
You know when those records get stuck?
Frankenstein. At a fast food place. Serving a bucket of fried chicken to Dracula.
Who is drinking blood out of a pumpkin-style drink with a glass with a straw?
Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
No, Frankenstein's monster. I'm sorry. Actually, for all you know, I could have meant Dr. Frankenstein. Maybe the mad scientist thing didn't work out and he's got to pick up a few extra shifts.
I mean, if he's going for that doctorate, then he needs to pay through his student loans.
Dr. Frankenstein in the modern day, who's just trying to make it through college.
I would unironically read that book.
I would too.
I'd like to be the one writing that book.
I mean, nothing's
That'd be
stopping you
quite interesting.
other than the lack of space on your computer, but other than
No,
that,
yeah.
No. Even worse, that nothing's stopping me then, other than the lack of time to do anything outside of what we're doing already stacked against us.
time, what's that?
It's an artificial construct by humans, which really screws us over, and we don't seem the need to abolish it, which just really doesn't make any sense because we'd be less stressed if we did.
That is 100% true.
I know, it's ironic, isn't it?
We could just get rid of time.
Well, think of it this way. A lot of people get signed off work from stress, and the reason they're stressed is because of deadlines. The reason the deadlines stress them out is because there's not enough time to hit the deadlines, most of it. And time's something humans have created and integrated into our society. So if we ditch time, none of us would be stressed. We wouldn't need therapists for a lot of stuff, and we'd be sorted. I say a lot of stuff. I'm not ruling them out completely, but I'm just saying, you know, we could cut the therapy bills down a little bit.
Yeah, you know what? I can get behind that.
If I had a week, I don't think I could list all of the flaws of that plan.
Well, you wouldn't need a week because time wouldn't exist.
So the first flaw of the plan is we've just annihilated the flaw of the plan. I love this.
Pretty sure there was actually like a Ryan George sketch about this concept. Him, like banning numbers.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, that exists. I'll have to send it to you after this whole thing's over. But
I'm going to have to check that out. Yeah, I love his stuff.
All my colours saved. Cool.
How are we looking?
Spent like 2 hours yesterday getting new colour palettes. Manually. href typing them in.
Oh, wow.
Well, I needed certain colours for what I'm about to draw, and to get the variants of colours, I needed to search through loads of different themes to pick the colours out of all these 5 colour swatch things. So the odd href, it's like, yeah. Half an hour later, I'm still typing away, going, there's probably an easy way to do this, but never mind.
Gotcha. Hi, Sing Sang Entertainment. How you doing? This is my first stream on your channel. Welcome. I hope you enjoy it. We got some friends here today. Nope, I don't think that's how shadows work. But yeah, we're finishing up a drawing that we've technically been working on for months. We started it, then we got sidetracked by a different project, and then I had some things on streaming days that I couldn't make the streams for, and now we're finally back. And if this drawing takes any longer than today, I'm going to be very
Time
sad.
is relevant.
And that too.
Also, why did I say Mark? That's definitely not his name. Ark wants to know whether to draw the monster or her guy for Frankenstein.
Oh.
Like Frankenstein's monster or the scientist.
I'll leave that up to you, Ark, unless you want to draw a third person, and Dr. Frankenstein is Frankenstein's monster's manager, and he's getting mad at him from the back room.
What's the saying? In for a penny, in for a pound?
Yeah, something like that.
Why am I just imagining Dracula as like a Karen now? I want to speak to your manager. These fries are undercooked.
You call this blood? I do not say blah, 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 blah.
I wanted this chicken extra raw.
Why is it not flying off my plate?
All right. how does linear... Where's the hair? Nope, that's hat. That's a necklace for hair. There we go. How does linear dodge look? See, linear dodge works on the darker colors. So is it... Should I do it like this and then keep the hard light for the other ones? I guess that makes sense. And then if I go to the hands with the hard light and then brush that in, or brush it out technically. Yeah. This is a conscious decision I'm making. Yeah, this is all intentional.
2 minutes later. That worked better than I guessed it.
Yeah. I don't know, because I don't... So, I know that, like, linear dodge does not show up on lighter colors. So I've been kind of experimenting with other blending modes I can use for glow on lighter colors, because it would still show up, right? Like a glow on like something that ranges more towards white would still be affected by the glow, right?
Technically, on there, both edges would be affected by the glow. You'd have it on the bit just before, almost like a what's it they call it on the skin. You've got that that line that goes between. Is it the I know I can't remember the correct term for it. It's almost like a reflective line or something that comes along. So even in the light, the bit where the shadow joins, to the Terminator line. That's it.
The
Terminator
what?
line. It's called a Terminator line. It's the difference between the light and the shadows and the lighter part of the skin, the normal color of the skin. There's actually a third color that goes along that line of the shadow, if you look at it closely, and that's what they call the Terminator line for where the light hits it. So it's a Terminator line which is between the shadow and the light coming off that symbol bit, which you'd have. So it looks like it's on both sides of the metallic fingers going down before you get to the bits that go back in the 3D.
Oh.
But it's called a Terminator line.
I'm trying to look it up on Google, but I'm just getting pencil drawings of the Terminator. Go figure. Maybe Pinterest will have something.
Just type in Terminator line skin rendering.
I typed in Terminator line art, which, yep, now looking at it spelt out, I can see how Google is confused. Yeah, okay. I see it now. TikTok, no. I don't want to get copyrighted. The Terminator line is redder due to light reflecting off the blood beneath the skin. Alright, so this is for people.
Yeah, but in theory, you could put a fake Terminator line where the light's hitting both sides of one plane or face of the fingers, and that would give it almost like a Terminator line structure, but it's not. It's the reflectiveness of metal. But it's kind of a Terminator line in its own essence. It's just never called that.
Interesting. I mean, at this point, like, the thing's close, like, Terminator line aside, all these parts right here that are closest to this absolute solver would just be completely purple, right?
Essentially, yeah. You'd have it reflecting of it enough. Even if it's not a solid purple, it would still be a faint aspect of it. You might do good to put like a... If it was me doing it, I would put a airbrush on eraser, like 50% or a bit less than that, and just take some of the harshness off the color in the middle of the arm, so it looks like it's darker at the edges, going to the lighter color forwards, just to add that little soft effect to it. Not massive, but yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. I do have to actually, looking at it, I need to up the actual solver itself, because there should be a little... Oh, no, there is inner glow. It's just not appearing, question mark? Maybe if I... There we go. I had to change the... Something along this.
Downloaded.
Yeah, that looks good. That's a little better.
I should be back in a moment.
All right, sounds good. Let's see. How's chat coming along? Gallahan, hey, how's it going? Just finished playing Fallout 4, and for some reason... Just finished playing Fallout 4. For some reason, the files I had between day 3 and day 6 are gone. I don't suppose any of you have any ideas. No. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about file management, I guess you would call it, or just like technology to know why that would be a thing. My only answer I could possibly have for you is that it's a Bethesda game. And so...
Pretty sure that's a fair enough answer.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's all I've got. But I hope you didn't lose anything. Like, I know the files are gone, but hopefully your game progress isn't. I doubt that's how that works, but... Hey, KyngPin, I'm currently in the process of doing an emotion chart like you did before. Oh, that's awesome, Matthew. Can't wait to see it. I hope it goes well. I hope it takes you a lot less longer than it took me. That was a good half of this year. That's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
But yeah, totally. How far have you, out of curiosity, how far have you gotten through it so far? Wait, so those saturated lines in some forms of rendering have a name? Apparently, Ven. We both learned something today. I'm going to see how I would incorporate that into this particular one. Because there's a lot of different light sources coming from this piece, because we've got also, I don't think these would be on the edge, actually. I might have to fix those, because we got the absolute solver symbol casting light. We've got Uzi's eyes, technically the eyes of the tail, although I don't think those would affect that many things since they're in the front of the they're in the foreground. But then we got Sin's portal in the background also casting light.
Yeah.
Which we need to do at some point. Oh, that is not right. But yeah, even the hard light doesn't look bad on the darker colors. How do you look? Hard light. Linear light. Hard light. Nah, I'm going to stick with linear light for now. Because these, I feel, would be more on the center of the fingers, especially down here. Something more akin to this, I think. And even, I don't even think it would reach this far up. I think it would definitely fade around here. That makes more sense to me. I definitely have to, one of the things I want to work on, especially with lighting, is understanding the difference between, like, teaching myself the fact that not just the edges get the shadows and highlights. Like, it could be the center of an object or the center of one of the shapes too. Because now that makes more sense to me. It's hitting the actual face of the whatever this is called. A hand. You call it a hand. KyngPin Creations, what would be the ideal roster for Justice League of Anime and the Avengers of Gaming? So are you talking, we're not referring to DC and Marvel specifically, we're just using them as terms for anime and gaming? Like, who would be the big team up of gaming versus the big team up of anime? You're asking me to dive into topics that I claim I like but don't really indulge in. For
Hate it
anime,
when that happens.
what?
I said I hate it when that happens.
Yeah. I like anime. Cool. So what animes are you watching?
You're a fraud.
I want to. They're
Like,
just
no,
big commitments and, time and things. And for shows like that, I want to give them my full attention, but I'm constantly doing art and stuff, and so I don't have my attention to give. And then I have to devote
Like,
my
no.
attention to Popcross because I'm way behind on his videos consistently.
like, no, I'm not a fraud. I just have zero free time.
That is my curse. But Avengers, no, what was it? It was Justice League of Anime. I had it and I lost it. Yeah, Justice League of Anime. I guess we'll limit it to 5. I think that's the 5 or 6 is the team of superheroes, right? At least
It depends on what continuity you're going for.
yeah. So anime's got to be the classics. I think Goku's up there. Luffy from One Piece. Who's that orange guy I'm forgetting? Naruto. Even though I don't know about that one. I personally believe Naruto is one of the big animes. I've never seen it, but I've seen that people have what is it called? Debated it. But I know Bleach is up there. And there's one more big anime. I want to say My Hero Academia, but I don't know if that has the same footing as all the other ones I mentioned. My Hero Academia would probably be like the Aquaman of the Justice League.
Fair enough.
And that's nothing bad against My Hero. I enjoy the show. I just don't personally feel it has that same legacy. A, because it's more of a newer show. As compared to all those other ones. But yeah, I just don't believe it has the same kind of legs to stand on. It's by no means bad. It's just hasn't existed long enough to cement itself as an air quotes legacy anime. And take this all with a grain of salt because I'm making up words as I go. But yeah, those would be my Justice League of Anime. Goku, Luffy, tentative Naruto, who's ever the main guy from Bleach, and I guess Deku from My Hero Academia. There's a lot of characters you could actually choose for that one. As for the Avengers of Gaming, I'm going to have to go with iconic games, and unfortunately, I have not played many of them. But so probably Mario, Link, Lara Croft, question mark?
I probably put Lara Croft up there, yeah.
I watched Jacksepticeye play through the Silent Hill 2 remake, so I would kind of throw James Sunderland, or whatever the protagonist of that game is called, up there. Because I know the original Silent Hill 2 was a very highly revered game. Sonic would have to be up there.
Yeah.
And I'll throw in one more to replace the Silent Hill 2 guy. What is an iconic? Oh, Samus would have to be another one to go in. And I believe 3 out of those 5 were, or 3 out of those 6 were Nintendo games. Right?
I believe so.
Yeah, Metroid is Nintendo, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Metroid's
okay.
Nintendo.
Then yeah. Whoopsies. Seems Nintendo has dominated the gaming Avengers. But those would be my 2. I don't think I'd throw in, like, I'd say maybe, well, no, Marvel vs. Capcom has quite a big roster. So it definitely wouldn't be it wouldn't be enough for a fighting roster, but in terms of, let's say, the movie continuity of Justice League and Avengers, I think I've filled the bill.
Yeah, that's fair. I'd agree with you on that one.
Meet me at the Discord since I have a list. Sorry, I switched over to the Discord, and it was on the work in progress for our little Discord. And Fantasy Creed just posted something, and my jaw dropped.
Yeah, I saw that one. It looks pretty good.
I just got distracted on stream because I was amazed. AMAZED. I can spell. All right, back to my art, which, dang it, it looks so cool.
And here on this episode of KyngPin's Existential Crisis.
Haha. It's a series that never ends. I guess it would just all be shadowed out, right? From back here. All right, we've been going for, how long have we been streaming? Oh, only 40 minutes?
Been about...
Okay. I thought it was going to be like an hour and a half, and you've done one hand. All right. KyngPin, would you rather be trapped in an escape room with Mr. Light or trapped in an escape room with SCP-173, aka the structure? You have no weapons or tools, by the way. Aren't they very similar in terms of mechanics, Owen?
What was the first option?
It was Mr. Light and then SCP-173, which I believe both operate under the move when you're not looking mechanics, right? Or Weeping Angel mechanics.
Oh yeah, the Weeping Angel mechanics. Yeah.
I mean, I did the escape room with Mr. Light pretty much. I've fought my battles. I did my time with her. So I guess a second go around wouldn't be as bad.
I mean, technically not, no.
Also, she's kind of got, like, at least she has the soothing voice to her. I don't know if the monster version of her actually talks. Because during her act, like, you press the buttons and... No, she speaks over the loudspeaker before the chase begins, so she would talk. I don't know, because during the actual chase, it's just a bunch of growls. Huh. If Miss Delight does have a voice during the chase, then at least her soothing voice would give me a sense of misplaced tranquility, for lack of a better word. Like, it wouldn't seem as bad because it would have her cheery voice. And then you remember, like, oh yeah, I'm being chased by a murder robot, so maybe all's not as good.
Is it possible to, like, kill Miss Light at all?
Like, you drop a door on her in the game.
Okay, so she is technically killable.
Yes, and I believe SCP-173 is not correct.
I don't know how killable it is. It's a giant pile of concrete, so
Yeah.
chances of me being able to do anything with no weapons are very
Ah,
limited.
so SCP-173's biggest weakness is government government negligence. I don't know.
Pretty much, yeah.
Insert joke about road potholes here.
Insert infrastructure joke here.
That's it. That's the word I was looking for. Infrastructure. Thank you.
Anytime.
Tough. KyngPin Creations. If you had to choose a fictional beast from anything in pop culture and it can be your ally forever, what would you pick? Same for Nerd and Dempsey. I don't believe Dempsey's here at the moment, but I will pose this question once he returns. Fictional beast. So it has to be a pre-existing fictional beast. It can't be something original or something turned into a fantasy beast. Please excuse me while I blank on all fictional beasts ever created.
For me, if I was answering this question, it depends how power hungry I'm feeling that day.
Ooh.
Do I want to go for the power play, or do I want to go for I'd like this as a friend play? Because if I'd like it as a friend, then Yoshi from Mario, obviously.
Ooh.
But if I'm going for the power play, then the dragon from Dragon Ball Z. Shenron, yeah.
I don't know what the question is. I just came in the middle of it, and it's like, okay.
Your question is from Tough. If you had to choose any fictional beast from anything in pop culture to be your ally forever, what would you pick? And we've kind of determined that it can't be, it can't be something you personally turn into a fantasy beast, and it can't be a fantasy beast you just made up on the spot.
Ooh.
Tough question, huh?
Ooh.
I'm trying to think.
Lionel from Akame ga Kill, or Akame ga Kill. She's kind of like a beastkin, like a lioness fighter type woman type thing. So she'll be humanoid to talk, but she's got the power of like a wild beast with enhanced physical strength and abilities and like those instincts of a beast. So that would probably be my pick. Because Shenron's already taken, so that'd be my pick.
Trying to think. I can't.
If that's an acceptable answer, of course. That's the complete term of beast.
Pop culture beast. Pop culture is 2 words. All right, so I would just like to read you some of the things that Google comes up with. You have Godzilla, the Kraken, vampires, werewolf, Frankenstein, Medusa, Minotaur, Cyclops, King Kong, the Man-Beast from Beauty and the Beast, mermaid, predator, troll, xenomorph, and mummy.
Quite the family reunion there. Also, now I have to go and kill Google for calling it Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Hold up, I'll be back.
And apparently Tuff says, okay, I'll make it easy. You'll have to fight Erenfold with the beast. Oh, in that case, I'm sticking with my one that's happening. I've got more of a chance of winning.
Cthulhu.
I think Erenfold wins.
KyngPin, have you had a chance to read Chapter 1 of the Bethany versus Corpser fanfic yet? Unfortunately, I have not. I did see it in the Discord, but I have not gotten a chance to give it a look yet. But I did see that you did it, which is already a major congratulations from me. Because doing stuff like that is hard. And being happy with it to a point where you actually can post it is even harder. If I wasn't on such a tight schedule, I'd never get videos done. because I'd always be second guessing my writing and drawing. Maybe I should apply that to my other projects.
Nice.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how much time you put aside, you'll still never get it done beforehand. Something always comes up. Something in life always appears. It doesn't matter what you do. You can put a week off to work on an epic video and something will either go wrong or something will get in the way in that week that wasn't planned for.
Yep. Thus
Also,
is the
Tuff says
nature.
they would probably do the Warden from Minecraft.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Good one.
I didn't even think about Minecraft.
And Ben says, if the beast is literally God, you might be sweeping Erenfold. No, because Ashana the God Slayer will sense a god and come to Erenfold's rescue whether she likes him or not. I'd talk about that saved by your enemy. That'd be an interesting story, wouldn't it?
Yeah. All right, so I got to rethink my. All right, let's think. What other monster prom monsters are there that I can pull from? Ooh, a mimic maybe from Dungeons and Dragons.
Ooh, that'd be good. That could be kind of fun.
That would be interesting, I think. Yeah, probably Cthulhu or a mimic. Actually, can I think of any?
Maybe I should go with a Yippee from Lethal Company. That way it can just annoy people by appearing out of nowhere and go, Yippee! And steal their equipment while they're trying to slay it.
I'm trying to think if there's anything in any of the episodes of Freerun I've watched. But they don't really encounter many, at least named beast. At least as far as I've gotten. What about the mimic from Vita Carnis? I don't know enough about it. I've seen Matt Pat watch through at least one of them. But I personally am not familiar enough with the Vita Carnis lore. I know it's some kind of analog horror thing, but that's about where my knowledge of it ends. But I'm assuming, based on the name, it's very similar to other mimics, unless I'm very wrong. Then feel free to correct me. Ooh, no, I have my answer. I don't know if this counts, but either French fry or chicken nugget from the Chicken Nugget short series. I think those would be some good options.
That definitely falls into the whole Eldritch monstrosity category.
Yeah.
Are you not just hungry?
Well, I am. I really haven't eaten today, but that's okay.
Okay, KyngPin collapses on stream. Live stream keeps going on. KyngPin comes out collapsing with the ambulance. 1 million views. Oh my god, he's gone viral.
Nah, I think YouTube's been shutting down, like, I don't know. There was that one thing a few months ago. I think some guy was trying to stream for like 12 hours or something. I'm sorry, like 12 days or something. And YouTube's just like, yeah, this seems potentially harmful to yourself. Stop it.
Yeah, that kind of 12 days is, but you're still going to be a couple hours. It'll be fine. There'll be proof it's fine. Paramedics will be there. On the stream, ready to help.
Awesome.
Poses are hard.
Yes, they are. KyngPin Creations. Well, I'm working on chapter 2 as we speak, though I have been busy with a power scaling versus book that I've been doing for the past few days. Awesome. That sounds really cool. But yeah, totally. Good luck on chapter 2 as well. Wait, where is my line art?
Remember that conversation we had back in the chart about, you know, labeling key layers?
Yeah.
Are you regretting it now?
No, I didn't realize I had all my shading layers above my line art layer. Not that it really affected anything, but
No, but that's still quite funny. It's like,
yeah,
where's
interesting
my
to
line
know.
art up there? Like, KyngPin, you remember we spoke about laming your layers? Yeah. Did you do it? No.
I did it for the
Why would I
most
do
part.
that?
Look, everything here. Oh, we'll ignore that one and that one and that one. Everything here, all the flats are layered. Everything past the flat, not so much.
You know, it would be really nice if my iPad would stop running out of storage whenever I'm trying to draw something. That'd be great.
Do you have like a cloud drive or something you can start uploading things to, or?
I mean, I do, but it's not necessarily that helpful in general.
Yeah.
At least how I've used it.
Oh.
I'm not too familiar. Why did I do that? Why did I put the circle on top of the circle with a different color?
Welcome to KyngPin's existential crisis in this stream. A circle on a circle with a different color.
I think that's the second one we've had this stream so far.
It's fine.
Mate,
I missed
Modify,
one.
expand
I've
it
missed
by
one
a
then.
couple pixels. We'll fill it in like this. All right, cool. Look at the circle. Then we'll make a new layer, and then we'll just do this and grab this and make it really big, and then do it again right here, and then we'll expand it because in the murder drones, the outer colored circle of the black holes is actually a lot thinner than the center, and so we center it, and then we move it up a little bit, and then to the side, and then we say good enough, and there we have it. I might do this though.
5 seconds later. Wait, where's it gone again?
I'm not sure if I want the tentacles inside or outside of the hole. I think I might keep them like this. Question: If you were a superhero and had to choose between these 4 to be your sidekick, which would you choose? N for Murder Drones, Jax from TADC, or Moxie and Millie from Hell of a Boss?
Jax.
I feel like
I
Jax
love
would be
so
the
much-
least cooperative.
No, it's fine. He'll still go and do it. I'll just have fun sending him all to all the annoying situations. You imagine his attitude as he goes in and out of them. It'd be hilarious to record it and upload it.
Touche.
You know, I had to be nice to the sidekick.
Touche.
So yeah, that's Michael.
It's not a bad one. I'm slightly inclined to agree.
He
Yeah.
says in the way Jax would say it as well.
Yeah, Jax wouldn't be a bad one.
See, the problem is the twins outnumber you, so if they don't want to do something, then they got their own backup, and that's really annoying. And then the first one was, it was the first one again.
N for Murder Drones, Jax TADC, or Moxie and Millie.
And would be too hesitant. I mean, I'd be putting him back together more than I'd be getting him to do stuff.
Fortunately, I don't have a lot of knowledge of these 3. I mean, I know Jax, but that's pretty much it as far as these shows go, so can't really answer this one.
Ah, gotcha.
Escaped by default. Well done.
I'm open to suggestions for the power scaling versus book, so if you got one, I'll be happy to consider it if I like it enough. That goes for everyone here if you want. Sure. What are you power scaling? Just so I know what's on the table for suggestions. Like, is it a certain character from a certain genre, or just any character ever, and you're comparing them? I think that's what power scaling is, right? Unless I'm getting that wrong.
Yeah, power scaling is how basically powerful they are in your universe. So Godzilla versus, if you do it in anime, you could do Kaiju number 8 versus Goku.
Gotcha.
If you theoretically put in the same universe, Goku is, as base normal form would probably be like, I don't know, he could get up to like 120,000 or something, and Godzilla would probably be like 1,000,000. And you just do it like that.
100, 1,000,000. Wait, what's the? I think I missed the unit of measurement we're going for.
It's how powerful the creature would be. You don't really need a unit of measurement as such.
Okay.
So it'd be who you think would win in the fight would be the more powerful one, and then how much.
But I was taught in school you always need a unit of measurement, or else it's just like, what is Goku 1,000 pickles powerful?
No, that's Rick from Rick and Morty when he's in Pickle Frick.
Oh God.
I don't know. I think most of the time in power scaling, it goes by how many tons of TNT they could destroy.
Oh, okay.
Here, one of their attacks is worth.
Gotcha. Out of context, KyngPin. I don't want the tentacle inside or outside.
Oh no. Well, get the clips ready. Let's go.
Hey, KyngPin, your boss level's showing. Is that the right? Okay, yeah, that is the right layer. Also, Arc. Can I talk about something that happened to me in D&D? Yeah, go for it. Don't worry, I do have a way of measuring power. I've measured the way of measuring power and speed. I even do some calculations myself from time to time. That's cool. I even plan to have Aaron fold in one.
Wait, what? I want to see how that turns out.
You made it, Dempsey. Oh, I see.
Well, Aaronfold made it. I haven't.
As I feel like as Aaron Fold's father, you have.
No, he rebelled. Drawing anything in an anime style or this new style that I've got is really difficult. I feel the pain of when other artists go to draw it, like you're drawing murder drones in your style. It's you got the references and you think, yeah, this will be fine in your head, and as soon as you start drawing it, you're like, oh my god, what have I got myself into?
Yeah.
But you got to continue with it, otherwise it's, oh my god, I really wish I'd finished that.
Yep. And I realized I forgot to do something I want to start adding into my pieces.
A signature or another picture so small that people don't know it's there unless they know it's there. In a key bit that if they crop it out, it ruins the picture, and they can go, that's my artwork.
Well, yes, I have thought about that. But that's not particularly what I was referring to in this particular moment. I did it within the fantasy, at least for one of them with the fantasy collab. It was adding in, I should really start like, I think I'm going to start grouping together all the different stages because this is getting crazy. So these are the flats. These are the shadings. All right. We'll hide those. Well, yeah, I should have known that was coming. This is the background. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this. We got ourselves a little layer here. And we're going to start painting in all the dark spots.
Oh, is this that comic thing that you kind of did where you made dark, like the really dark sections? So you kind of had like the comic style ink before it even gets to the coloring stage.
Yeah. It's something to try out. I don't know if I'm going to stick with it, but I do like how it looks. It's like a little shading beforehand.
Oh, I blew Popcross's mind earlier. It was hilarious.
How so?
He started reading Solo Leveling, getting into it, and he used it for Alexis in his stories to make her
Right.
the Reaper. He didn't realize there's a second series called Solo Leveling Ragnarok that continues from it. So I said to him, just make sure you don't watch that until you don't read that until you finish reading all of these ones first. And he's like, wait, what? There's a second series? It was like, yes, there's a second series. It was just like wait, what? At the start of it in capitals or exclamation marks and that. It was like, wow, he really didn't know.
Where are you having all these conversations with Popcross?
I just replied to his story and he messaged me on Insta back. So, I don't have many conversations with him and others. It's just a case of, it was topic related. He posted something and I just thought I'd let him know, don't watch the other one because it's got spoilers.
Wait, so is the first Solo Leveling like the manga finished?
Or yeah, that finished.
Oh,
that finished on like chapter 300 odd. It goes to right to the end point. It has another story bit onto it and it stops. And then Solo Leveling Ragnarok continues in the future later on down the line. But I'm not going to give any spoilers.
Yes.
However, the starting few chapters, eventually as it gets going, do spoilers for bits from the first one.
Gotcha.
So you've got to watch them in all. So I say watch because I assume they're all going to be anime by the end of it on Crunchyroll.
Right.
But you've got to read them in order.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Otherwise, it just makes no sense.
Cool. Once I work through the 14 other things I'm currently reading, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I got like 6 that I'm reading on the go. Mangas, and it's like, yeah. So I've got like Return of the Disaster Class Hero. What's it? Logging 10,000 years into the future. Monster Pet, somewhat or other. There's tons of them that are ongoing each week that I swap between them, and it's like, yeah, I'm losing track of which ones I'm watching now. Apophis, Tales of Demons and Gods. The Greatest Swordsman in the Academy. The Greatest Blinker Magician. There's tons of them, but I like reading them from time to time. But if I find a new one, it's got 300 chapters, I tend to binge read them.
Yeah.
Which is bad. I do nothing else except for sit up till 3 a.m. in the morning instead of doing the artwork for the video. I'm actually just binging these.
I'm working my way through Soul Eater, but I bought the perfect editions, and so I have one book left, but it's not releasing until December.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, pretty much. So I got a story for you, KyngPin. This is Ark, presumably from the D&D.
Okay, for a minute I thought you just snapped.
We were tasked to find some relic from a king, and we found the place that it's in, a blacksmith. And we found the place that is in Blacksmith from a tall goblin we captured that got me thinking, part 1. Part 2, I got the blacksmith intimidated twice with a pretty good roll, but he was standing his ground, so I tried to knock out the blacksmith, but I accidentally killed him with a mace.
Oh, yeah.
I got captured by a guard, and now I'm going to wait for trial. Oh, no.
That's still a lot better than my first D&D game. we went over to look into a well, nearly got the whole team annihilated and survived by pure chance by this giant snake creature that came out of it. Then we went into this broken down lodge, and we went to go in the basement, and there's such a terrifying thing. We never actually got to the basement. We got scared and ran around the rest of the place, and nearly died from collapsing staircases and stuff. So we didn't even do anything major. We just walking around exploring a place, and we nearly got annihilated just from that. So yeah, you've done far better than I ever did on my first one. Forget about killing the blacksmith. At least you kind of like had a goal in mind that you're going to.
Yeah, it's not great. There we go. KyngPin, remember that one video where you suggest an indie horror character and you use the wheel to pick two characters and fuse them? Do the same video with sci-fi characters, and this time have 3 characters fused together. That could be interesting. I'll be honest, I'm not as well versed in sci-fi characters, so that if I did that video, it would definitely be another one of me asking you all for characters. Because off the top of my head, I guess there's like Dead Space, Mass Effect, Star
Are we
Trek.
just talking like sci-fi game characters or just the genre in general?
I think the genre in general. I know when I did the horror one, it was indie horror specifically. But I think like for other ones, I would be okay with expanding to a more broader term.
Yeah, don't forget you can also add in Alien Isolation to that because that's a pretty good sci-fi and horror one.
True.
For a start. You got other ones. I know you mentioned the Dead Space ones, but there's tons of other ones that you can do for sci-fi that are just creepy.
Yeah.
You got A Quiet Place as well. I know that's not so exactly sci-fi, but for horror you've got that. Although kind of like
And it does
they are
you
kind
know,
of aliens monsters anyway, so it could fit in both.
Oh, that's true. I thought you were talking about the stream itself for a second.
Oh, well, you could do A Quiet Place too, or the game that's gone. That's been like heavily over the internet at the moment.
Yeah. There's a new game for it, I think, actually.
Yeah, I've been watching.
Yeah, I'm seeing advertisement for that.
Yeah, it looks good. It's actually quite good. It's really, really. I'm watching a psychohypnotic play on just straight out hard mode from getting the game. Oh my god! It is not only is it impossible in some places, and he dies repeatedly. He's trying to be quiet, and the mic picks up the sound from his earpiece and his headphones a little bit. So when they play stuff like member alerts or the alerts he's got on it, it comes through the mic for the level what you're not meant to make. And it's like they do it in a really quiet places. And it's like if someone killed him, it's like it's because it makes him jump and go down the mic. So that yeah, they've been really, really, really making it like yeah, let's get him, which is amazing to watch. Not to be in, but to watch, it's awesome.
That's interesting. I don't know, like, how do you play a game like that for content? Because, like...
he whispers in the mic, trying not to go past the level when he's responding to chat and stuff.
Oh, okay. Because it's going to be like, if you're just silent, that's got to be at least awkward for everyone involved.
So basically what you're saying is that boss level would all die immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately, they wouldn't even get past the first 2 steps. Oh, and also when you're standing still, it does random branch snapping sounds as well in the environment. So he's proved it, which means that he gets killed for just standing there and not doing anything.
When you're standing, that's cheap.
He goes, "This game's cheating. The developer needs to be sacked." Like, yeah.
Can't be making branch snapping sounds when you're not branch snapping.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. I never thought about it that way.
Didn't even argue that back. It's like, okay, yeah, never mind. I didn't think about that way. Okay, yeah, you can.
KyngPin, imagine Bendy and the Dark Revival took over the channel. This channel? I think that would be a death sentence in terms of YouTube, because that would be a vastly different niche than what's on this channel at the moment. If I went from art to gaming without any transition, I think YouTube's head might explode.
No, you'll be fine.
I would be. The channel would not.
The channel could be fine. I've seen, I know Knight does it, but I've seen other artists do art stuff and then just stream playing video games on the same channel, and it works. Don't know why. Don't know how. Just works.
Didn't know that. I just know, like, I used to run a channel that was podcasting, gaming, art, and it's just like, this is a mess. So this might be a more personal thing than a YouTube thing. But if I blame YouTube, I look better.
Combi.
It's a little hard to determine the angles of this type of shadow here. But I like how it's looking so far. What do you think? Good description next level. I remember someone talking about Dead by Daylight a few times in a couple of shorts. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's a prior comment to that one. Dead by Daylight is a horror game where you and other players... Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I've played Dead by Daylight. Not a bad game. I'm just bad at it. It was a stream... God, I forget how long ago. I did a stream with other people? Question mark. I think it was with other streamers. I can't remember if it was with just friends or other streamers. I think it was streamers. But I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't think they could hear me. Right? Dead by Daylight's a game where if you're the killer, they can't hear you, right? I think that's the case. I forget the exact game mechanics, but I was walking around on my stream as the killer doing a Goofy impression. None of the people I was playing with could hear it to appreciate it, but my stream of 3 people at the time, maybe.
Yeah.
I actually did, when I did stream, I was doing very well. I was monetized on Twitch and all that stuff, and unfortunately, I stopped. I could have been a famous Twitch streamer. Okay,
famous. Thinking maybe not.
Yeah, famous might be.
Here's an interesting one. KyngPin Creations, which Dead by Daylight killer do you think you can throw hands with?
You're gonna have to give me a second. I don't know many of the killers off the top of my head. I know a lot of them are just actual slashers. So none of those. I don't know. Is none an option?
But I say KyngPin Creations, you hit it first. None.
I feel like some of the guest characters that I know I could throw hands with, like Chucky's in the game, I would just punt him like a
Oh,
football.
yeah, definitely Chucky.
Ghostface is also there, and that's just a guy or two or three, depending on which movie.
True. Danny
He is that
Johnson.
one I'd have a shot against, depending on how many.
Wait, these killers have names?
Most of them, yeah. Or at least they have like aliases.
Yeah. Like Freddy Krueger, I know that. Amanda Young, Jigsaw. Who's Danny Johnson?
Why does that sound like the least horror killer name I could think of?
Well, it's from Ghostface. It's the name for Ghostface, but still.
I think that might be like I remember hearing something how they made up the guy under the Ghostface mask for this game because they didn't want to use any of the ones from the actual movies.
They would, right? And if they were, because if they were using someone from the movies, they'd have to go with the first one. He's probably the most iconic.
Yeah. Obviously, you have to go with Billy and Stu, but
Yeah. Danny Johnson. Hey, guys. What's up? I'm going to stab you now.
Let's face it, though, it'd be the least suspected name for a suspect. No, he can't be the killer. Yeah, next one.
True, which makes it the perfect one for Scream.
fair enough.
Pyramid Head. Demogorgon. This one's a clown. They've got 2 chainsaw-wielding killers, which I find interesting. They've got Leatherface and I think their own original here before they got the deal, I guess.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, hold up, let me search something real quick.
The twins look quite disturbing. Is this,
Yeah, I just looked up. The literal name of the chainsaw guy that they created was literally the Hillbilly. It's just Texas Chainsaw Massacre without Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Exactly. Oh, and also Dracula's. Wow.
Of course. Well, I think it's the Castlevania Dracula, actually.
Possibly.
But you could have just used like the regular Dracula because how public domain works.
Yeah. He originates from the video game franchise Castlevania by Konami, specifically Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Some of these designs are really cool looking. Yeah, some of these original ones are insane. Oh, right. We're drawing a picture.
I was going to say, Art's going to ask in a minute, how long do I have left, KyngPin? You'll be like, I don't know. I've lost track of what I'm doing this stream.
Yeah, no, we were doing a thing.
Follow question. If you had a choice to turn into one of the killers, who would it be? All right, I'm just going to have to go back real quick and look. I don't know. I'm gonna limit my answer to one of the original ones, because I feel like
That's probably fair.
Because if we're asking about Dead by Daylight, the other ones are not originally from the universe. The Legion guy looks cool, but I don't know if that's if he's from something else or if they are from something else. It's multiple people.
I'm pretty sure that one's original.
Yeah, I don't recognize them from anywhere. Legion has a cool design. The Doctor's kind of freaky looking. What are some of these names? Like, I guess they're killers rather as opposed to supernatural entities. But like the first guy is Evan Macmillan. Like these are just regular people names,
They're the ones you got to watch out for, aren't they?
I guess. Oh, the ring
And to
girl
be
is
fair,
here.
a lot of like slasher movie villains just have regular people names, like Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees,
Touche.
etc.
I
Freddy
guess
Krueger.
because of their like legacy, it's not. It's seen in a different light. Because you could say the same thing for band names too. Like all band names, when you think about it, are pretty ridiculous.
Well, yeah.
Like the Beatles get away with it only because, well, most of the people who were alive for them uh, aren't really on the internet much, and so it's like, yeah, it's the Beatles, and like we all know them as this huge band. But then when you break down their name, it's just like, oh, well, that's pretty simple.
Yeah, like it's literally just a pun. You put the word beat and beetle.
Yeah, exactly. The world is weird.
Yep.
All right, back to the chat. enough with
Yeah.
the enough getting distracted by Dead by Daylight. KyngPin, did you know Dead by Daylight and FNAF is gonna happen?
I like that. Enough getting distracted. KyngPin, did you know Dead by Daylight? Right after, it's like reading the comment, but it's also like, yeah, enough of. Oh wait, first comment. Let's read Dead by Daylight.
No, I did not know that actually. There's actually Owen Williams literally said right before you, Ark. FNAF has announced to be collabing with Dead by Daylight. My hope is String Trap, so I have a reason to play the game. I thought Owen was going to talk about the new teaser they dropped for the movie, which I just saw. But no, I did not know about the Dead by Daylight collab with FNAF. That actually sounds pretty cool because I've seen some pretty freaky cosplays of Springtrap, so you can definitely make it terrifying. I'm gonna see if I can maybe put the comic stuff underneath the shading, because I need to do something like that. But maybe it's better if I just leave the space open, question mark? Not sure yet.
I do like the fact you're kind of trying to find your style in these streams as well. You tested something out, you quite like it, you're trying to make it your own.
On the other hand, I'm also trying to, like, I am trying to find my style because, I don't know, maybe it's just because it's my style, but like I'm looking at, I look at everyone else in our little artist Discord, and it's like, wow, I really like their style. Wow, I like this about their style. I look at mine, I'm like,
Yeah, I've done that for a long time on mine till I started this new anime-esque style, and it's kind of just brought back my roots into what I know now to kind of like
right,
a
yeah,
part of it. I'm still learning it. I'm still not quite happy with it, but it's a step forwards to where I want to go.
that's good. Oh, that's not right. Like
I know I get to a point. Sorry, go on.
No, you go first.
I know I get to a point and I look at it and think, I know I need to do more, but what do I need to do? And I know what else I need to do, but I'm not confident to do it. I'm like, I'll stop it here. It looks like a finished piece.
That's good. And as you go on more, you'll understand like more and more what you can do and how to fix it, or not fix it, but like what to add to it.
In theory, yes.
Like I don't think by any means like anything that I put out on the channel is bad art wise. Like there's I drew a lot of pieces that I really like. I just think my overall style is like, there's nothing, for lack of a better word, spectacular about it. It's just in art style. I also have zero self-confidence, so that might be part of it.
There's also the artist's curse.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're always going to be your worst critic and all that.
Yeah, because we know when we draw something that we haven't drawn it right because we know what we wanted to draw it like, and everyone else goes, "Oh, this is an amazing piece," and you're like, "Yeah," but and then when you point it out, they go, "Oh yeah, well actually you did that, and that bit doesn't look right now that you mention it," and you're like, "Well, you said it was amazing a minute ago, so stop jumping on the bandwagon." But at the same time, you're like, "Yeah, I know, that's what I was looking at 5 minutes ago. I
Yeah.
don't like it. It's good enough to put out, but I don't like it." If that makes sense. You're like, "Ah."
Yeah.
And over the years, I've just decided, I know it's good enough for YouTube. Let's do it.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay, question for you guys, because I've been thinking about this concept for a little bit now. Do you have like a past drawing that keeps you up at night? Like I know I have one of these, and Popcross had his whole Wonder Woman Captain Marvel fusion thing. Do you have one of those in particular?
Like a drawing that like we would want to redo.
Yeah.
I have too many, so I don't get nightmares. No, to be honest,
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't really think of it like that. I have ones that are like, oh my god, I wish I could redo them again later, and do them better because my style's changed. But I've got the mentality once it's done, it's kind of done. If I want to redraw it that badly enough, I will redraw it. Otherwise, off we go. And I'll look at it later and I'll be thinking, yeah, I really don't look like that. What was I thinking at that? And then I just make sure I don't make those mistakes going forwards. I haven't had an artwork that gives me a nightmares that I've done yet. Touch wood to date. I've got loads that I'm like, yeah, I could have done that better, but not any that I'm like, oh my god, I completely balls that up from what I was planning. I just got to do it.
Yeah. I would say it's more so the video as a whole rather than just the artwork. But the Barbie Oppenheimer genre swap, I'm like, wow, this is this was a choice that was made. World
Yeah.
War II Barbie and Malibu Oppenheimer was certainly something.
Yeah, that does sound like a choice that was definitely made at some point.
Yeah.
On the plus side, World War II Barbie has a nice ring to it, but the Oppenheimer one, yeah, no.
Yeah, and the art wasn't particularly great either. I was still trying to figure out head sizes.
Heads, you're not it. What?
Did the video at least do well to justify the nightmares?
I don't actually know. I may
No.
be pulling that up now just because.
I would say never. If you're having nightmares from it, doesn't matter how well the video does, it will never justify them.
That's fair. Video, not even 300 views. Okay. It was a very niche topic, and if it wasn't gonna hit then, there's not really much of a chance of it picking up now. Barbenheimer is a thing of the past. And then I tried to recapture that by doing Saw and Paw Patrol.
Was that like Saw Patrol or something? What?
Because I didn't really want to put. Well, it was for the Saw Patrol thing, which was very similar to the Barbenheimer. But because I really didn't want to put dogs into the Saw universe, I just turned
That's
the
probably
video.
fair.
Yeah, I just turned the video into dogs as horror movie villains, or vice versa.
Nah, you should have gone all in. How many people could you have traumatized with Paw Patrol?
Me, and that's enough.
Owen, to answer your question, I don't have a clue, and nobody's mentioned it to me, so I'm guessing no. They just asked, did anyone get nightmares from Super Mario as Dead by Daylight killer drawing? I don't know if I've seen the picture, but I haven't heard anybody telling me it, so...
Oh, no. I know what you're referring to. That was Owen's submission for my redraw.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're all on separate Discords. We don't always jump onto each other's Discords, so ask the person whose this server you posted it on, but it's better than it. to me.
It's a really good drawing. Like the drawing is really good, and I was reading through the lore. It's very well thought out. Like Owen has maps, stories, items. Like it reads like an official character sheet or character guide from a video game.
Nice. I noticed you updated your rules about using original characters for some reason.
Oh, the rules in the Discord?
Yeah, for redraws and stuff. You updated it for using original characters, so I'm guessing you've had an issue.
Not so much an issue. I realized I had it written in the drafts and never posted it from a little while ago. But yeah, when it comes to the redraw and stuff, like obviously AI art and stuff like that is not want to keep it free from that. But there was something a couple months ago where somebody said it was their own, and it was just traced over from something else.
So it was blatantly obvious it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I get if it looks similar to it and they've drawn it, and you can generally tell like it's coincidence, and the law is just a case of that's how it got drew. That's fine. But yeah, when it's blatant,
Yeah.
yeah. That's fair enough. Ben, I did put my narratives for a horror story. They went into the Lethal Company universe. So Monica got a neck snapped right in front of Velocity. She's gonna have nightmares for decades. You know, right next to her. Nobody was next to Minervold wasn't surprised that she got up and walked afterwards, but Velocity was in. I'm sure she needs a couple sessions with Dino Dude to save her.
I think that happened to me during Lethal Company. I did not get up afterwards.
I've seen a Bracken aggro really badly in Lethal Company and just go mental, and it's like, really? What are you doing? I've seen a bug Bracken too that's stuck in the bottom corner. Now that the land mansion doors move and I'm watching it and it's not doing it, it comes up past me, it aggroes, it walks up to me, and then it goes to get me. I get out the door, I come back in, and it's still outside. It's still in that doorway waiting for me. It's like, dude, you meant to have gone by now. Ben says, well, I meant an original horror story. That was an original horror story, just because the Bracken breaks your neck.
That's fair.
What did she do to deserve that? Nothing. I just wanted to have something happen that was quite funny, so, you know, to traumatize the narrators a bit in that type of creepy atmosphere. So I thought, which one can I kill off but have come back that isn't a part of the respawn in Lethal Company cloned? And thought Demonica would be a good one because she's part demon. Technically speaking, breaking their necks never kills them. So
true. I wish I'd planned out Halloween stuff a little bit more. This month kind of snuck up on me.
Me too.
And now it's almost
I
over.
may have a narrator for a story coming up down the line soon.
Ooh.
Well, one of us is prepared at least.
If it helps, I'm kind of pre-planning what I'm going to do for Halloween next year.
Oh yeah, I remember you said something about that in the chat.
Yeah, I'm pinching a paranormal ghost hunting channel's concept and tweaking it for myself, which would be quite cool. But yeah, it's gonna be one of those ones where it's like,
like
if it works. If
like
not,
art-wise, or are you gonna actually go ghost hunting?
I could debate going ghost hunting and then doing some drawing while ghost hunting. Technically speaking, I thought, yeah. And then I was thinking, how could I get it so that I get dragged off screen with my iPad still not getting broken? That'd be amazing. But no, no, I'm planning. I saw something on the channel and I thought, oh, that's an idea. I wonder if I could do that. Do something similar, but art-wise. I'm thinking, maybe I could, but it'll be Yeah, I don't want to give any spoilers, but it will
Yeah.
be a bit of an epic. It needs a lot of planning, put it that way.
Nice.
So maybe it'll go well.
Wait, YouTube has an achievement system? What?
Wait, what's that?
I don't know. Well, I read word for word what Fazbear said, but I have the exact same reaction. Wait, what? Still waiting for someone to make a vid about their narrators having clones that made them into xenomorphs. What is this about a achievement section? And how can I get YouTube achievements?
I haven't heard of an achievement section. I've heard of like vidIQ. If you've got it, they'll do achievements that you can share, like badges which show how many views or videos and stuff. That's an achievement section. YouTube doesn't have its own achievement section other than the silver play button and verified ticks when you get to 100,000 subscribers. There's no
So
other
that's how you get there.
system that I know of on YouTube.
Yeah, I want
also,
a 100% YouTube.
Yeah, so that'd be cool. But Owen's put, so I think it's funny to traumatize children. I'm a parent. Traumatizing children is part of the job description. How else are you going to make sure they learn? Obviously, I do not traumatize my kids. It's the same to what you've done, Owen. Please do not try to report me.
I almost said OSHA before I realized that's not the right. That's not the right
Besides,
one.
he's in Britain. What's that? He's in the UK. That's not going to do anything.
Oh, is OSHA only American?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Dang.
I'm not telling the UK version. I know what you two are like.
And Googling.
I won't tell you if you get it right either, so no point Googling it.
But Google will tell us if we get it right.
Google tell you what you think is right based on whatever misinformation's been centered into its data from people over the decades.
The UK's got a secret underground workplace safety organization.
Why not? Sounds more exciting that way.
All right, I'll be a little honest. The piece has kind of gotten away from me at the moment. I forget what I have and have not shaded yet. So we're just going to kind of go in and start filling in spaces now.
That should be fun.
Yeah, it's all right.
He says, thinking, what am I doing? What haven't I done? That's what I need to work out.
Also, out of curiosity, throw a 1 in the chat if you've gotten an ad during this stream, because I don't even know if I set them up.
Yeah, I've gotten them. I've had about 3 so far.
Okay.
So ads are working.
Cool. Because I want...
So how long we've been going, they are not... You've been going for 100 minutes, so...
Yeah.
Easily nearly 2 hours. Yeah, put a 1 in the chat once. You don't need to put 400 ones or your class is spamming, and I will use the mod power to time out because I enjoyed that.
Put a 1
Just
for
one,
every ad you've gotten so far. Please don't.
Okay, time to give myself some carpal tunnel.
What do you mean? Fazbear's going to break the 1 on the keyboard. It's never going to work again.
Yeah, I actually set it up so you get an ad every 30 seconds.
Hey, did you see how fast Nikolai's retracted all the ones? Oh, that's me, my day. That's brilliant.
1 ad every 30 seconds. After a 3-hour stream, I've made $2.
Well, you're being generous, aren't you?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I mean, I worked out after like a 3-hour live stream, I earned like 7p. and that's setting my ads to like 12 minutes apart to be sparingly for people and to be at different times. So
Yeah.
if you're getting $2, what's your secret? And can you tell me?
See, it's called extortion, and
Speaking of ads, I've got one on screen for holiday season.
I was gonna
I
say
can't
I
think of-
have my laptop playing the stream just to make sure everything goes okay, and like I haven't seen an ad out of my peripheral the entire time we've been streaming, but
That's because
I
you've been
just
talking
got one.
about Dead
So
by Daylight.
what?
Because you've only been talking about Dead by Daylight.
That
You've been
is
paying
true. My
attention.
back was fully turned to the screen, so even if something did go wrong, I wouldn't know.
Da, da, da.
Yeah. Now we're getting into a little bit of the tougher part. There's no real light source on this part of the image, so where the shadows are going to be is a little more ambiguous.
Trade secret KyngPin. As long as you've got the shadows on the core elements the right way, the others don't have to match. People already notice it,
That is true.
which I find absolutely amazing because it's like, why?
I have noticed that this is something I kind of want to work on. My style works a lot better from a distance. If you zoom in to a piece, you can really see that the lines are a lot more haphazard than it appears in the final product. Like this, like if we're drawing attention to this sweater, this looks pretty good right here, but if you zoom in, you could see how like there's holes in there. It's overlapping in some areas. I find it really interesting because it's something I noticed when I was reading Lackadaisy when I was catching up, that like there are some instances where the author, whose name I forget, it's Tracy something, just drew a couple of lines, and it's like, yeah, that's a metal grate on the floor, and I'm like, I know that, but if I look at it really closely, I can tell it is just very haphazard drawn lines. I'm like, that's amazing. How do you do that?
It's the way your eyes read information. It's really, really weird. If you imagine squinting at something and you see how it looks like something else at a distance or where you've done, you just have to give enough of an impression of it, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, that's amazing! You've done that!" And you're like, "Yeah, it's planned to be like that." It's not. I just literally chucked it in quickly, and it worked.
Yep.
It just about worked. So that's what I'm keeping.
But then at the same like now I'm looking at this, like the shading on the face looks a lot different from the shading on the sweater.
Oh no! Sorry, I've just completely covered my entire art piece on my recording black
Ooh.
because I forgot to close a line. I think I've done it again too.
I will say I have gotten better at that, which I really like. I've gotten better at closing my lines in the final piece, which has made flatting a lot easier. But soon I want to transfer over to Clip Studio Paint, and so I have
it's
to learn
amazing.
everything over again.
It won't take you long, trust me. I've come from Photoshop and Procreate, and I love it. I've managed to replicate the style in Procreate as well, which is really cool.
Oh, nice.
That's what that mnemonic one was. It was this style.
The Halloween one? Or
Yeah,
nice.
it was this style in thingy. So it was like, oh wow, this actually worked.
And then nope, forgot what I was gonna say. Cool. What's up? What's going on with the chat? Oh, hey, Alan Animations, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Which Murder Drones character will get along with Kane?
None.
N, probably, I would say. I feel like He's got the chipper attitude. Actually, you could probably see. I don't know. I don't know if it's canonical. But if you go into the Glitch X announcement from last year, where it's like N or Jax calls everyone, I think you would have a pretty good idea of who got along with who. Definitely wouldn't be Uzi. Wouldn't be what's the other face?
Me?
I'm sorry. Speak of the devil. I just see serial designation N in the chat now.
They're coming for you, KyngPin.
Is this someone new, or did somebody just change their channel name?
Hey,
It doesn't matter.
so-
That time was amazing.
If you are new, welcome to the stream.
I like the way N's also saying V as well, question mark.
Alright. Gonna do a little more on the sweater. Yeah, curves are also, or not curves, but like the folds in clothing I want to get better at. I don't know. Obviously, there's always things you can improve on, which is what I'm really trying to tackle within the following months and the new year. But like, there's just so much I want to work on and learn, because I want to try doing some cool things other than just character design, for lack of a better word. But yeah. Also, where is this? I don't know. This doesn't seem like the best light source, but it's good enough, I guess. KyngPin, you probably should have said you were responsible for the amount of ads, because I mailed a corpser to the address of the person responsible for them. Oh, well, no, that's not me. I'm not responsible for it. I just told YouTube you can do it. Wherever you put them, that's out of my hands. I just, if there's gonna be ads for random things that I don't even know about showing up, I'd like a little compensation. I don't think that's the worst thing in the world to ask for. Of course, a little more than a couple cents would be nice, but you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. Oil tastes good. Add the symbol on the nexus. Oh, yes. Good eye. I did totally forget to do that. What does said symbol look like? Nope, that's it back turned. No, okay. Uzi murder drone's necklace. That kind of worked. It's more so merch than from the actual show, but here we go. All right. All right. Boom. New layer. Black. Vertical symmetry, whatever you call it. Hard line brush. About 45% smoothing so I can practice my hand work. And then we go boom. Boom. Triangle. Guess what? There's another triangle inside of it. Actually, this triangle's a little thinner. About that. And then boom. Second triangle. It's actually, this second triangle should be a little smaller because there's a little bit of a gap between them. But it's fine. And then boom. And then a little bit more. Boom. There we go. Then check it out. There's a skull. Like that. And it's got 3 little things. 1, 1.5. Eye. Alright, it's not perfect, but it looks okay. And then we turn off the symmetry because there's some trees. 1. And then a little one behind it. 2. There's something underneath it, but I cannot. Oh, that's a number, right? 048? 045? 048 period. 0 4 8 period. You could move a little to the center. Also, I haven't mentioned this anywhere. I think I've messed up my drawing tablet. I mentioned it to you,
Yeah, we've
and
seen
Nerd.
Yeah.
I think one of my pen nibs got chipped or something. And so whenever I was using it, it's been leaving these like vertical scratches on the, what do you call them? On the drawing tablet screen.
It's kind of like, it might not have been snapped. It could have been worn down to the point where the soft bit over the top of the nib has actually started to then scratch it.
Okay. Because
So
I
you might
used my previous one for years and never had that issue, or at least never noticed the issue. So
Yeah, it depends on how soft the nib is that you're using on your drawing tablet.
gotcha. I looked
But
it
yeah, I've
up.
had that issue before.
Yeah, I looked it up, and I think the tablet I'm using came with a screen protector on it, so it shouldn't be completely shot. Fingers crossed. I don't know. Maybe. I sure hope it isn't, but I don't have a replacement screen protector, so I gotta get my hands on one of
Welcome
those.
to KyngPin's traditional creations. Let's see if I can draw traditionally without messing up.
Goodness, no. Dang, your line stability is crazy. Thank you, Alan Animations. I'm trying to work on it. I've been trying to be a little less reliant on the smoothing in the program itself to get just a little... Like, I still use it at 45% just for a little extra help. But I'm trying to back off using it at a full 100%. Because honestly, in terms of also wanting to steady my hand naturally, I also didn't, at some points, I really didn't see a huge improvement or a huge difference in the use of it with such a big canvas. Because it's, I don't know the best way to describe it, but it's like proportional almost to the size of the canvas. So if you draw it at 100% smoothing on a 1280 by 720, it's a lot more noticeable than if you did 100% smoothing on the 5400 by 7200 canvases that I do all of the art in. Also, I was watching a video by the Starfish Face about it, and it kind of inspired me to do that so I can get better at art. But I'm glad you think it's somewhat straight. Because I do have my doubts sometimes. Thank you, Serial Designation N. Yeah, the number is 048. I had to zoom in. I had to go to Google, click on the picture from Google. That took me to a Reddit page. Then click on the Reddit thing to open the picture in a bigger thing, and then zoom in on that image before I was able to finally read the number.
Wouldn't it have been easy just to watch an episode of Murder Drones while we waited?
Yeah, but I didn't know at what episode I'd find it. Yeah, that's the only excuse I actually have. Maybe it's because we're, loosely speaking, coming off of the emotion chart. This stream does not seem to be, for lack of a better word, flying like the other ones had, where like the emotion chart was like, okay, we just finished our first drawing, and it's been 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It's because you're working on one large piece, not smaller pieces.
Interesting. All right. That is, for the most part, what the badge looks like. It is going to be a bit small, so it's not entirely important, but at least it's there now. Cool.
It kind of looks like a scrambled version of the glitch logo almost.
Yeah, a little bit actually. It's got that skull. I think maybe no, because the glitch existed before. Glitch had other shows before Murder Drones, but it could be a reference. At least the skull could be, right?
I'd assume so. With the skull and triangle.
Yeah,
Stack.
it's close, but not exact.
Yeah, the triangle is reversed, but
Yeah. KyngPin. Which series has a better main theme? Ooh.
Amazing Digital Circus for rememberability, but Murder Drones for just being an epic tune.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. But
when we
also,
say theme, are we talking about like the musical theme or the thematic elements?
I
You know,
believe
that-
Owen was talking about the musical theme itself.
Okay, because I was thinking like thematic elements, and I was like,
Yeah, that was my initial takeaway, or at least that's what I thought. That's where I thought the question was going. But once I finished reading it, I'm like, I see what you mean. I think the Amazing Digital Circus theme has that build up to it that made it really good for remixing in terms of like YouTube Shorts. So by that logic, it was definitely beaten into our heads more. When that first episode came out, it was just like, hey, you know this song? It's not a bad song at all, by the way, but it was definitely all over YouTube when the pilot came out. And rightly so, Gooseworks did a great job on it. But that being said, Murder Drones also has a good soundtrack. I know Knife Dance is one that sticks out to me in terms of just like I've seen it being used places. But the song in the final episode, when they're having the big final battle, that song is just genuinely like a good song to listen to. Just when you're doing anything. Also, like, they got a lot of nightcore in Murder Drones, which, although it's not one of the genres I listen to on a daily basis, I still have dabbled in it, and I'm like, I can respect that. Now, if we're talking about thematic elements, I would say that one's a bit harder just because Circus is still relatively new in terms of episode count. Murder Drones did suffer a little bit from its limited episode run. I feel like there are some questions that were left unanswered. But overall, in the sense of like being a mystery action kind of show, and an indie one at that, it was great. Um, I wouldn't be drawing Uzi right now if I didn't like it. So both are good in their own right. I love 3D animation, and honestly, my favorite thing about Murder Drones is watching episode 1 and watching episode 8 and seeing how far Glitch and the animation team, or just the entire Murder Drones team, has come. Because if you watch the first episode, it's like, yeah, this looks really good, but some of the animation is a little static, a little choppy. And then you watch the last episode, it's like, wow.
I agree, but in the last fight, well, the last episode, that epic fight thing when they were like in orbit, some of the fight scene just didn't feel that they nailed it as well as they could have done. I don't know if it was just the angle that we were seeing it or the way it was going. It just looked to me like it just looked, like when you're watching like a anime and you pause it and you get that weird frame.
Oh, the smear frames, yeah.
Yeah, it looked. I could see the 3D smear frames on certain parts going through without pausing it. The fight scene was quite cool, but there's just some bits on it where they were like impacting, and for the story bit, what's happening, it was kind of like it was a bit disjointed. Not a lot, but just a few elements for me to pick up. Going, But all in all, I did quite like the way that it was done, and it was definitely difficult to render that many elements out.
Oh, yeah.
That had so much going on in the environment and atmosphere, let alone the characters.
I don't even want to think about what the render time was.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they would have had render farms, wouldn't they? They would have hooked well, at this point, they could afford render farms in their setup to maybe knock it down to about a couple of days to a week on 6 computers plugged together rather than one computer going out for I don't know, a month.
Yeah. I don't remember the exact time, but when I was doing the music video for my college thesis, I had to, when I was done with it, goodness, that thing had to be rendering for like 2 days at least and like a week at most. And that was 3 minutes, maybe a little more. And I'm like, well, thank goodness I have a second computer, or I'd be able to do nothing. But then on the other hand, I'm like, well, I have class and stuff, so like I guess I just have to leave this on unattended for who knows how long. I put a fan I put a fan constantly running next to my computer to make sure it didn't overheat.
Worst one's when you're running something in a college on their computer. You've got to leave it, and you put a note saying, "Don't touch the computer." One beep of a student's going to walk along and go, poof, and just walk off and go. It's like, no, you just trashed 6 weeks worth of waiting.
Yeah. Luckily, I didn't have to deal with that. I did have to deal with now there were some rendering issues towards final projects that at some point I'm just like, all right, you know what, my grade can suffer a little bit. I cannot physically handle trying to figure this out anymore.
Animations is a question, KyngPin.
What's up?
The chat's just moved as I said that. Hang on.
You'll never find it.
I'm colouring your Chiba Halloween drawing, and I'm wondering, how do you handle with time management when drawing? Because I always feel bad when I delay my stuff due to procrastination. My first comment is, KyngPin, how do you handle time management? Seeing as the running joke in our group is your time management from that 4A live stream.
It's I don't know. Like, obviously, I do have some time management because this isn't the KyngPin Creations isn't the only thing I run. Obviously, there's boss level, and then there's real world stuff or work stuff. Um, I wish I had a better answer. Well, actually, I have some things that do help me. Um, while I don't stick to them quite often, I do make at the end of every day, I make a to-do list for the next day of things that I plan to get done. Um, More often than not, usually everything on it gets done, but sometimes there's a few things that gets left off, which I just move to the second day. Um, but it's also finding like a schedule for yourself. Um, my real world job both helps and hurts with this. The hours for my real world job are a little bit more flexible, giving me a little bit more time to work on videos, which is I feel guilty about, because that's kind of like an air quotes unfair advantage that I have, that I can have a job and still have enough time to do this. But overall, the biggest thing is kind of making a schedule for yourself. So, although my hours for my job are flexible, it follows a somewhat pattern. And I'm like, okay, I usually have to do this, and that around this day of the week, usually Wednesday or something. And so I'll spend these days working on the art, these days editing or writing when I know I'm not at home, but I still have access to a computer. And then I'll spend the day editing. And then usually I'll spend like the Fridays or Saturdays editing boss level stuff. I would like to start this over because I feel like none of this was a coherent answer. Okay, trying again. To-do list. I make a to-do list every day of things I need to get done. And if anything does not make said to-do list, it goes on to the next day. But I try to make sure everything gets done that I set out for. And anything extra I get done that wasn't initially on the list also gets added to the list as a way to track what still needs to be done, what gets done. I also have spreadsheets set up for KyngPin Creations and boss level that detail videos. It's more so for boss level just because I post with them more often, and we are able to get ahead faster than I am just working on this. But for example, for boss level, the sheets have the game, the episode number if it's a series, the possible title, whether it's been planned, recorded, or edited. Yeah, whether if it's a planned video, it's a video that's already been recorded, or it's a video that's been edited. And when I say edited, I mean edited, exported, and uploaded to YouTube. So edited basically means ready to go whenever the day comes. And then there's also another section for thumbnail work. Since Lou's also on the team, we have who's doing what thumbnail and if that is done or not. And then along with the to-do list, in combination with that, it lets me know what still needs to get done, what things need to be done sooner than later, and what is the status of everything. Admittedly, I haven't really done that for KyngPin Creations because I just kind of know. It's like, okay, these days are the artwork, this is the editing, this is the thumbnail, that's the week's video. If I were to get ahead, Popcross style, it'd be a little bit of a different story, but I don't have that luxury. And in terms of managing, it's just really trying to plan out what you can realistically get done in a day. So for me, I kind of shoot for one drawing a day. and then 3 drawings. It's a little bit of a different story when it comes to the redraws, because usually I try to do 4 unless I'm trying something really big with it, which is probably going to be something like this next one. But yeah, I try to average 1 a day, and if I have extra time, I'll start on the second one just to get a head start for the next day. So in order to manage time, it's really about knowing your limits, understanding what can or cannot get done in a single day, and then also planning for things, for external factors to be thrown in to kind of throw you off, for lack of a better word.
Because external factors will always be thrown in to throw you off. That's just how life works.
Yeah, it's more of not really anticipating. It's more of just like expecting when and not if. And so all those combinations and knowing that like if something were to go wrong, it would affect my schedule overall. Just lets me know that like, all right, you need to get this done. You will work diligently. But on top of that, it is also so another thing I also do is I give myself break times. So during lunch, I won't work on anything, and I'll set aside a specific hour or 2 at the very end of the day to catch up on webcomics or read a book or something, just to kind of wind down. And so not every day in and out is working, because when you're constantly working, at least from my experience, if you're constantly working and not giving yourself a time to back away and just take some time for yourself, you're more likely to procrastinate, because you're like, I'm tired, but I need to get this done. But, oh, just one YouTube video. Oh, maybe another one. And so allocating all that to the end of the day makes it not only time management, but it also makes it as a reward. Like, you did a lot of good work today. You can now enjoy this, that, or the other thing. If you have any follow-up questions, please let me know. I know that was a lot of rambling. What color are your socks?
I'd like to add into that, setting a deadline. If you set yourself a deadline that you can't stop, so if you know you're going to definitely have to drop it, you promised it by this date, and you want to make sure you're consistent on YouTube and stuff, and you're taking it seriously, you hit that deadline. It doesn't matter if you planned 10 illustrations and you can only knock out 3. You do that deadline and you do them and you produce it and you get it out on time. I know some things happen, like I've had certain things in real life happen and it's had to postpone it. That's fine. Be transparent, but try to minimize them by keeping to the majority of your deadlines as much as you can. So if you're doing content on a Monday, unless you're doing it and you need more time to get it right or to edit it for some reason or some, and it's to improve what you're dropping out and it's not procrastination, aim to hit those deadlines, because procrastination is basically what's happened is your brain's gone, oh, I've done my 3 hours of concentration for the day, because they average on a work in work, they say you get 3 hours of pure productivity a day. The rest of it is your brain just going on whatever it's doing. That's why you get distracted. So
yeah, that sounds about right.
Once you've done your 3 hours of solid, I'm on this or school or something, and you haven't had a break in between, your brain literally just turns around and goes, ooh, shiny. Ooh, what's this? And that's all it does. And it's nothing against it, because everybody does it. I do it. I've been known to do it. I do it as well. Like this artwork I'm doing now, between doing work and needing a break in between and stuff, this artwork I was planning to get done this morning, I ended up getting lost in other things that I was sorting out for the day. Just because of how manic the day is. It's like, not being funny, even the best of us procrastinate. Is getting a routine. If you can get the routine to be a bit more disciplined, brilliant. If you can't, do what you can, but don't try and do too much as well. Like KyngPin said, know your limitations. If you find it's taking too long to do something, like you want to do 4 illustrations and it's taking too long to do it, do 3. just don't procrastinate on the 3. Do the 3 as if you're doing 4,
Yeah.
and you're trying to get them done. Because the minute you start doing less and you procrastinate on it, the minute it just throws everything out the window, and you're like,
Mm-hmm. Speaking of limitations, I think my computer's reaching mine. Things are starting to slow down a little bit.
save it,
Yeah, we're all saved. But
and then check your scratch discs.
ooh, how do I do that again?
Preferences in Photoshop. There's a preferences, and in your preferences, you've got scratch discs. You can see if you've got a second one assigned or not. It'll
Gotcha.
also tell you how much is roughly left on it, in theory.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it showed up on the
I
stream.
don't even use Photoshop, and I know all this.
I'm sorry. Scratch this. There we go. Yeah, I got 2 things allocated. All right. 102 and 169 gigabytes. I should be good.
You know what we were saying about trust the process?
Yeah.
You don't like it. What I'm drawing right now, it's like, I don't like it, but it's going to look out cool at the end, I expect. I'm still like,
Yeah.
I don't like it.
There's a Owen has a comment for you, Dempsey. I'm just not entirely sure what it is.
It's the Beth and Lethal Company one, I think. I was just waiting for us to get to it.
Oh, okay.
Basically, the monsters would be traumatized after she thanked the Bracken for snapping to Monica's neck. I'm pretty sure at that point, Nexon would probably tell her off. Aaronfold would call her a little spoilt brat and start a fight, and Velocity would still be screaming in the corner. Ark, why are you asking me how much time do you have for the stream? It's not my stream. You've asked how much time so many times you've actually defaulted to me now because I seem to be the one. Okay, let's see. Judging by KyngPin's normal bit and we've hit the 2-hour mark, you've probably got at most about half an hour tops on a guess. But KyngPin, correct me if I'm wrong.
I would play it safe and go with half an hour because we still do need to do time for the actual showcase itself. So like 25, 30 minutes, I'd say. Which means I have 25, 30 minutes to finish this. I was too busy reading Dead by Daylight.
On a side note, I love the metallic effect on a thumb next to the mouth that's open. On that end bit. I'm assuming it's the thumb.
Yeah,
but
thank
whatever
you.
part of the hand it is, I love that. It looks like a proper comic metallic
Yeah.
shine to it. That looks cool.
Just wish I knew how I did it.
Less is more. Like I did on my last on my stream Friday, I definitely went back to less is more, which I'm trying to do in the artwork. So where I usually go super detailed on stuff for the characters, I'm going a step backwards on it, on the hair and that, to try and make it a bit more anime looking. But yeah, I've done that before. You do something and you're like, yeah, great, you finish an illustration. Like, yeah, you go to the next one like a day or two later, you look at it and go, I want to do it as good as, how the hell did I do that?
Mm-hmm.
Even when you watch the video you're back, you're like, I don't get what I did.
Oh,
It makes no sense.
yeah, trying to go through my videos, at least the final edited ones, to glean any sort of artistic choices. I'm like, no, this thing is going at 1,000% or 5,000% faster than I initially took. I'm not gaining anything from it.
Yeah. Ark, you have a question for me. If the Bracken breaks Wildfire's neck, would she die? Wildfire's your character, so if she's more demon than human blood, she might survive it, or she could be paralyzed and survive it, or she could just die. I can't answer for your character. This is one of those weird ones where it's your character, so I can't answer if your character would die or not, because it's whatever you want your character to do on that point.
Yeah, it just depends on how much plot armor your character has. I did see a whole big thing of questions as I was going on that tangent. Let's see. Anyway, chat, who should I turn into pretty princesses sometime Dr. Plague or Aaron Fold. Oh no.
Dr. Plague's got my vote.
I think
Then
he'd
you
be
get
able to
Ben's
pull it off.
reaction when he shows up in a dress.
Professor Marcus Plague would be able to pull off a pretty princess dress.
Aaron Fold would just look like one of those butch princess maids type things that look wrong.
Anyone think that there should be a 2D indie shows in the future? I mean, there's quite a few. Hell of a Boss has been, well, I guess not has been anymore. That's very much a big hit nowadays. Speaking of which, what's her face was at Comic-Con.
Busy, huh?
Thank you. Yeah, she was there.
I love that. Speaking of what's her face at Comic Con, it's like, yeah, she's gonna love that. Your chances of working with her in future are down the drain, Kingpin.
I'm sorry, my brain works faster than my mouth, but then my mouth works faster than my brain, and so I say things and then I don't. Where are the legs? Where is the flatting for the legs? It's not that one. Is it? No, it's not that one. Not that one. They should be labeled. I mean, they are labeled, but my mind is not.
I really want to say it, but I'm not going to.
What?
Should have labeled your legs.
They are labeled. My mind is just not reading said labels.
They are labeled. Why is it not working with the label?
Okay. So yeah, Vivzy Pop, Alex Brightman, and Kimiko Glenn, I believe, is her name. Nifty's voice actor. We're all at Comic-Con.
Ben, it's Dr. Plague.
What's going on with Dr. Plague?
Princess dress.
Oh, you said Ven, not Ben. Got it. I still haven't done Dresden with cats yet. I'll get on it soon. Oh, bye, Nikolai. Sorry. Totally missed that from before. If you did leave already, I hope you have a good day. And if you didn't leave already, I also hope you have a good day. But you would have actually heard me say it that time. Question.
I'm not doing.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say. I'm not doing that. I've said before, I'm not going to turn someone's characters, if it was my character when I haven't designed them, and say what would happen with that character. The decisions are completely yours for your character. I can't, and it's unfair for me to turn around and say, if it was my character, I'd do this. Because that then influences your character and how you want your character to be, which is wrong. Now, if it was saying, I want this character in this scenario and I don't know how to portray it, what options could I do? That's different. But saying if your character is going to survive an instance or something, that is completely down to you. Whichever you want it to be done, that's how it will go. It's a kind of a catch-22. We can advise you as artists on, scenarios you could put them in, but we can't tell you for certain, yeah, your character should do that, because that's your character. We don't have enough information about the background, the story, the abilities, everything else. Even if I know, it's the Monica Nexum's child from your future scenario, I don't know if she's inherited more of Demonica's abilities and blood than Nexum's. She could have demonic powers, but humans' weaknesses. So a broken neck would kill her. It could be the reverse. She could have more demonic powers keeping her alive, but some weaknesses, like a half Kryptonian in Superman, and they might not be immune to, they might not be susceptible to kryptonite. It affects them differently. It could just paralyze her. It's a bit of a catch-22 on that one. And also, Ark, you're not stupid. It's just I'm not answering the question for you because it's not my character.
Question for KyngPin. Have the funny art guys considered doing a video where you redraw each other's art.
We've mentioned it at some point, but I don't know if we've ever considered it properly.
Yeah, I don't know if we've come up with that specific. I know there were other videos we had, or other collab ideas we had, where it was more, where the collab was more the piece itself rather than just everybody's doing the same topic. But that specifically would be redrawing each other's art. So one of us would draw something and then the other person would redraw it in their style. That could be fun.
Yeah. Or you'd pick one of your existing art pieces for them to redraw as the concept with the same character in there.
That might be better time-wise.
Yeah. Although technically you've done it in the emotion chart, so you're exempt.
Redrawing. Well, yeah, redrawing your own C's. But that was, give or take, that was a little out of my style.
Even though it's in the emotion chart, it was you redrew the other artist's art. You've technically done it for like Popcross's, mine, anyone else's.
That is very true. I feel like that was a little outside of my style because I was following that template. So I would 100% want to do it again. Air quotes for realsies.
For realsies, okay.
So yeah, that would be really cool. Thank you for the suggestion, Josie. Not gonna lie, Dempsey, we covered that one. That was Beth. Hey, sorry, Ben, for late reply. Also, hi, Caden King. Sorry, I was going on a bit of a tangent once you joined. But I hope you're doing well. And I need to catch up with some boss levels, especially the Pico Park videos. Yep, the Pico Park videos seem to be a fan favorite. Usually when YouTube decides to actually show them to people, that's when people really tend to like them.
Oh wait, you want YouTube to do something?
You know, just I figured if I'm on their platform and they're the ones responsible for, you know, paying out their creators and us being the reason where that there's people on the platform to begin with, because I doubt anybody's watching the YouTube creators channel for entertainment. I just figured they could give us a little bit of a helping hand.
I am. I laugh at them when they release something or they say something that we already know because Navi Challenge released it and they do a worse job of explaining it.
Yeah, I was watching. I was trying to figure out if they mentioned any new things about the algorithm with these new 3-minute shorts. Stupid to think they would, I know. But they said they're going to be releasing custom thumbnails for playlist, which I actually think would be pretty cool.
Yeah, they've got a phased release plan as well. So 3-minute shorts work when you upload them as a normal video, not in the mobile apps at the moment. The next phase is to be able to do the custom thumbnails for them. And uploading to get a 3-minute short has to be on desktop. It doesn't work in studio mobile apps at the moment. That's coming in early 2025.
So in other words, it's just a 3-minute video.
It's a 3-minute long form that only gets it gets converted into a short if it's a 3-minute video uploaded through desktop. The next phase is to roll it out onto the shorts shelf itself in a couple of months properly as you upload it in the desktop and it comes up. So it's basically a 3-minute long form at the moment. And then at the end of it in 2025, your mobile apps with the studio will have the ability to upload a 3-minute short from it because it's a change in the way that works. So basically it's a phased rollout and they're testing it on desktop before even attempting it on mobile.
I don't want to be that guy, but 3-minute long forms has existed for over 20 years on YouTube.
Yeah, but these will get served to the shorts shelf from the long form videos, and then we fully integrate the shorts later on. So basically, they've rolled it out because they think, yeah, 3-minute shorts is a good idea. People want longer shorts. But they've rolled it out in a way that it's not going to kill their entire short system that they've currently got.
Maybe it should. It's not a great system.
Well, business-wise, it makes sense, but user-wise, it's a bit ridiculous.
Yeah, well, if I'm being honest, I don't know if 3-minute shorts are going to do well because I don't see the people who are going onto YouTube for the shorts are going to stick around for that long of a single video.
The only benefit we get from 3-minute shorts as a creator in our niche is perhaps we might have an interesting bit of lore where we could put a different style of artwork over the top of the story that we're telling in the short format. And so you can take your edited audio and you can put it over an interesting part of what you've been drawing or that section of the video, and you can actually do a 3-minute mini trailer from that video for an interesting part where you can have the music, the lamps that you can't do in a minute, or you can make a trailer for your long form and link it to with the best bits out of it in 3 minutes to get like the the movie trailers that you get when they release. That's the only benefits I can see from it. Otherwise, I don't see the use of it for us as artists with stories.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a little. Shorts are a little. I don't know the right word. I don't particularly love them.
The shorts are great for getting subs, but they don't return very often.
And that's the problem. If your subs aren't watching your videos, then YouTube's not going to push it out to other people. So yeah, shorts are great for getting subs, but then what? At least this is the stuff I've heard from my research.
Shorts are great for getting subs, but you've got to reduce shorts on a regular basis to actually keep getting subs, because they won't. You'll still, they'll sub and then they won't come back. Shorts to long form only works if you've got shorts that get the best things out of long form and the subject that can be done, like ghost hunting videos. You could get some really good bits from jump scares and put them in a 1 minute short, and people will then follow it to watch the actual full thing. That works. That would make sense. YouTube's broken subscribers on long form content anyway, because the minute you watch a video that's long form, it recommends it on your homepage for the last up to like randomly videos out of it that I think you might want to watch, even ones that are 8 years old plus. So you don't have to subscribe to a channel to watch the channel's videos and get them served to you. You don't have to turn on notifications, which means as long as you click on another one of their videos, it'll keep serving it into the homepage.
But on the other hand, you need a certain amount of subscribers to be monetized.
Yes, which means that, it kills your subscriber count on that bit. So you don't have, they've killed the sub button, because what's the point in having to subscribe if you're getting fed the videos anyway?
Yeah.
Which is what people realize after they subscribe and later on. So that's like, have they killed that button? And then on the next one on top of that, live streaming. Well, shorts came out, it killed long form and live streams. Vertical live streams do get pushed to the short shelf, but that's a format that's very difficult to use for a lot of people.
I don't understand, I don't know, a vertical live stream seems, well, not vertical live stream, but a shorts live stream seems really weird, because it's a big enough jump between, at least for us, a 1 minute short versus like a 15-20 minute video. But now you're going from this 1 minute fast-paced hypercut video to this real-time live stream. It feels like it's the furthest from the target audience that it could possibly get.
Yeah, I don't know what I feel about the 3 minute shorts thing, actually. It's almost like, who likes shorts? Well, not YouTube. And that's my phrase that I keep saying, and people, people like, what do you mean? Or they don't get it from the song, who likes shorts? It's like, well, YouTube blatantly don't, because they're just literally producing something because a load of creators said they wanted longer shorts. They wanted longer shorts. Well, isn't that just...
It's called long-form video.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not being funny. I think over a minute classes as a longer short.
Yeah. I don't know. We don't run YouTube, so what are we going to do?
Yeah, well, you need to also have a certain amount of subscribers and stuff to get a dedicated YouTube manager to be able to get access to all the extra stuff early in that.
Oh yeah, I think I've heard people.
Because you get partner managers, but the minute you hit 100,000 subscribers, you'll get a dedicated partner manager. From some people, I've heard. Even the shorts, they get it.
Interesting. So just like a air quotes YouTube representative.
Mariceli Marie says, "Did you ever heart or reply to my previous comments involving Popcross in the 3 previous vids?" What? I haven't seen these comments. You got any knowledge of this?
Um, yeah, I talked about it at the start of the stream. I don't know if you were here. Um, I don't know if I responded to all of them, um, just because it gets crazy for me at some points when there's a bunch of, especially when they're long comments full of suggestions, just to make sure I get to all the comments within a timely manner. It's hard to read through all of them, but I try to reply to all of them. So if I missed one or two, I do apologize. That being said, though, if you post the same comment, like the exact same copy and paste comment, I probably won't respond to each one individually, just because I don't want to sound like a broken record and just say the same thing over and over. But I believe I have seen the comments, if they are the ones I believe they are, and they are written down in my big air quotes filing cabinets worth of notes that I have for future reference. Oh, right. I have a clipping mask on, so that's not going to work. There we go. Yeah. I do hope that answers your question. In terms of hearting, I'm trying a little harder to not be so heart happy. I heart pretty much every comment, or I used to, and it got a little crazy. Everyone, actually, I don't really have a problem doing that. It's kind of my way of like, yeah, I responded to this comment. Thank you for commenting. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I try to be specific on my ones. If I heart them, it's a I try not to heart suggestions by people on what they suggest for video content until I write a reply, because I don't want to give the impression, yes, I'm going to do it.
That's
if that
true.
makes sense. So I'll heart generic comments that are like, "Oh, the art looks amazing," that, and it's like, "Thank you," and I reply to it. When it's one suggesting more something that I haven't already planned to suggest or plan to do, I will like it, and then a little bit later, after if I put it, I'll think of a reply to it or put it into the potential list, and then I'll heart the comment and put a reply saying, "Cool, I've added it to the list." Because I don't want to give the impression that, one, I'm just saying yes. I'll the heart's almost like, I love that idea, and then where is it? But
That's
I've also
true.
got people that have suggested a comment on a video, and then in live streams they're like, "Hi, where's my comment? Where's my suggestion? When are you going to do it live?" It's like, you suggested it on a comment. I haven't said I'm going to do it live. I haven't even responded to your comment. I don't even recall seeing your comment.
I see.
So it's like, yeah, I'm not going to draw it live, but I can add it to a list. But what? And then when I ask them, where's the, where did they put the comment? What was the comment? They don't answer, and I'm like, well, what did you want me to do? What request?
Interesting. My comments used to, or the suggestion, I had a little spreadsheet of them. It used to be a lot more organized, but once I started doing the live streams and 90 or a good portion of the chat was just a bunch of suggestions, and I couldn't possibly keep up. That's when I started using the sticky note method.
Yeah, I got a suggestions page of things that haven't got certain things filled out in the Notion setup I've got. So I can have suggested, published, scheduled, published, upcoming. I've added a few extra as well to it, like a few other bit fields to go like collab and stuff, so I know which ones have been pre-selected to be collabs and stuff.
Right.
But it's like, yeah, my suggestion is just goes on and on and on and on, and I'm like, oh, we've got a big list here. What do I do next? Because some are easy. We've got dates on them, like, I don't know, the release of a movie or a celebration that year or something, or like Godzilla's 70th anniversary this year. So we've had one earlier on this year. We did collab. There's another, November the 3rd or something that weekend. It's the 3rd of November or the 4th of November is the 70th anniversary of Godzilla. It's National Godzilla Day. That's a set deadline. That's a set date. That's easy to do. We can choose something for that. But when it's like the suggestions people have done, it's like, well, what do we put in this month? We've got like maybe 4-5 videos we do, and we've got like 400-500 suggestions.
Yeah. And then there's the 5th of November, which is nope, I forget.
Bonfire night. In the UK, it's bonfire night.
Ah. Gotcha. I did see what else. I thought I saw a question somewhere. KyngPin, are we going to get an art showcase today? I sure hope so. But I would also like to finish this. At least finish it to a point where I like it, and then maybe I'll do some touch-ups on my own. But yeah. We'll we might go a little longer for the showcase. But yes, I do plan to have one today. Just a heads up, I might tone down the review portion of it just to give everyone ample time, or just to make sure we get to everyone. And because I'm rambling a bit today, I don't know if any of my thoughts are going to be cohesive. But everybody who submitted will be able to get their art showcased. Well, you also haven't done a voice actor fusion this month yet. That is true. I don't think October is going to be getting a voice actor fusion, considering there's 2 weeks left in the month. Tomorrow's video is already set and ready to go, and of course next week's tentatively is the community redraw. I haven't decided on this. I am a little behind schedule, unfortunately, so I might do this, but there's a possibility the redraw will be moved to next week, which would be the 4th of November rather than the 28th of October, because with Comic-Con, things got a little crazy, and I didn't get a chance to look at the submissions till today, when I would usually start working on them. And also, I might try out a new kind of video that's a little time sensitive, so might do that one first, so I can make sure everything in my brain makes it onto the paper, and then yeah, we'll pick up the redraw from there. Because I also, based on what I've seen in the redraw and the things or the submissions you all gave, I have some really cool ideas that will probably require extra time, because it's just like, hey, time to go above and beyond. So I think I've probably just convinced myself to do that which I think is okay because I don't think I've mentioned anywhere that the redraw is going to be next week. And if I did say that, I apologize. Plans have or might be getting switched around. Sorry. I have a thing where I don't think about things until they're too late, and so obviously this could have been planned far in advance, and I could have given you all another week to work on the submissions, but I didn't come up with this idea until the last couple of, like, the last 48 hours, so apologies.
Do you know what I'd like to see, KyngPin?
Yes.
I'd like to see you do an art piece like this for a cover of a Murder Drones comic, because it looks quite cool, like a comic style like cover.
Ooh. Does this one count, or would I have to do another one?
This one counts, but it would be cool if you did it a specific one.
Oh, like with the text and everything too?
Yeah, with the text and everything, but also you couldn't disclose it to anybody till after it was done, type thing. So you could record it, you could sort it, you could do it, and then you could make a whole video around it too. Because this bit I see just screams comic cover to me with that thumb, and just what we've got here, it just screams like that. It could be on a comic cover.
You know what's interesting is Fantasy Creed said something very similar during the collab. It was my drawing in my video, the spider one, and what? Thank you. I couldn't remember what shading layer I used for this one. And Fantasy Creed said that the drawing was very comic-esque, which is kind of what I've been trying to do more and more, trying to learn things outside of character design that would be utilized in comics. So like background work, perspective, stuff like that. So I'm really glad you think that this has that feeling to it as well. It's way longer than I would like a comic thing to take. Because if it's taking me this long to draw one image, a comic would never be completed.
Yeah, but you got to think of it this way: the comic has multiple people working on it. If you're just doing the cover, and you're doing the entire cover from rough pencils to inking to coloring, the pencils alone take 8 hours for a professional artist to do just the pencils on the cover.
Wow.
A whole day from start to finish. The inking gets done by somebody else for approximately another 8 hours, and the coloring for 8 hours. So you're talking 16 hours for a front cover standard industry one for DC or Marvel.
Whew.
I used to watch a lot of Jim Lee streams.
That sounds really cool.
So obviously they'd work on multiple pages. If it's inside the comic, they'd be expected to be doing multiple pages per week. But if it's the cover, because it's such a focal point at the start, and they've got an idea in the rough drafts, once the drafts are approved, it's like draw it. And some covers can be very complex with the number of characters on them.
Oh yeah, definitely. And the
So
way
they do
that
it in
like comics
stages.
look nowadays, that's a lot.
Which is why they have usually when you look at the comic with the mini stories inside of it, they've got their own colorist, inkers, and stuff separate from the other stories. But also they've got different ones from the cover sometimes, even though they may do some inside of it. The cover artists tend to just be cover artists, which is really cool because you just have to do one illustration for it, and it'll be like or two for a variant cover.
That's true. All right. Maybe I'll do something comic related in another video. I did have an idea. I don't know if I would do it as a comic, but I found an old comic of mine. Oh my gosh, it's actually being keyed out by the green screen. Um, but yeah,
Wow.
even if it's just redrawing the characters, I want to do something with this.
Oh, you should do. I didn't get a character creation stage on mine. I literally found it the other day in notes. The story that I did. So I currently have uh 5 chapters with 12 pages each mapped out as if it was a comic saying what's on the page and who said what and bullet point list of like what's supposed to be happening for them in each section for the pages that I can then put text to. So I've got like each page and then a bullet point list of like 4 to 6 bullet points of what goes on, even outlining a double page spread of what image will be on there with no text,
Oh, nice.
which was quite good. And I started drawing it, and yeah, I never got past drawing the cover years back.
Ah.
Yeah, that was it. I drew the cover. I tried in Procreate to draw some pages from it, and I just did not like how it was turning out. It's like, no.
I would say give it another shot.
Might do. I might bring them into an actual series and just do illustrations of them that can eventually
Oh, that too, yeah.
go into a book, similar to what I know Podcast is doing, but not quite a graphic novel, but similar where you've got the story and then you've got some pictures and stuff. Might be quite cool. I'd love to do a webtoon at some point.
That sounds like
finding a story
so
at a
much
time.
fun.
But so much work. It'd be the only thing I have to work on every day.
Yeah. I actually ran into kind of webtoon, but just the comic artist. Not ran into, I sought her out. I knew she was going to be there. What's her name? Her name is Mary. Yes. Hold up. 1 second. MLAN. Yeah, Mary Landro. She the creator of a comic called Rich. And I bought a copy of it at a signed copy of it at Comic-Con, which was cool. But it's, you know what? I can do this. Where is my... All right, let's switch display. I've had the wrong display on this entire time. Whoops. Okay. Instead of just capturing Photoshop, I've had the entire stream capturing the entire screen.
Oh, so if you did do any like drop downs and stuff and that, it should have shown it.
It did show up, which I didn't realize. Also, the chat wasn't here the entire time. I realized. Whoopsies. Anyway, this is the comic, and the art style is incredible.
That looks quite cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does look really good.
And so, like, this one, cast off by the Starfish Face, if either of you are familiar with it. Lackadaisy is a webtoon, or it's on webtoons, I should say. But it's incredible, the amount of time. And I believe, for the most part, I know Mary has a few people helping her, but for the most part, she drew and wrote the whole thing. But like the fact that a smaller team than what comics have been can do something like that is incredible. And I want to do that, but they make it look so easy. And then you try to do something like that, and you're just like, huh?
Yeah, the trick with these comics and that is, I know a lot of them, they release a single set of multiple pages a week. But
Yeah.
what they've done is they've actually drawn it for about a month, like 4 weeks worth in advance. So they're always working on, they've got a backlog of it. So you're always working in advance by a month or two of what you actually got coming out. So you'd have to build it up and then do that if you're going to do it, especially on your own.
Yeah.
Short of that, it's just, yeah, try and do it. But yeah.
I do wish I had a backlog on KyngPin Creations, just in in case something were to go wrong, but it just, everything takes too long to complete. This looks very weird, all grayed out. And it's not all grayed out. I done messed up. What did I miss? You. I missed you. Did I not miss you? I did miss you. Did I? Huh? Take it from the top. You. And then line art. There we go. I did something wrong. All right. Smart object. Chrome Uzi. If you once you defeat 100 absolute solvers, you unlock. Come on. You take the joke's gonna be gone. Keep going. Come on. You can do this. You unlock. The golden Uzi skin. Took way too long to get to that. Honestly, with this gradient, though, it doesn't look horrible. I kind of like the styling of it. It doesn't look golden, but there's something about just simplifying it down to the two colors that
It just look really good.
Yeah. I wonder, maybe I'll experiment with a gradient map later, but right now, overlay, add noise, give it a little bit of that texture, and then we're going to take this, I'm just going to airbrush in some darker parts. Then be very careful what you say. That could be a possibility a lot sooner than you think. If the amazing digital circus can get onto can be approached by Netflix to be on Netflix, there's no doubt in my mind that Epic will approach Glitch and be like, "We want murder drones in our game. Can we have, please?" I mean, what did they just... I feel like they just announced a big collab for Fortnite, but I can't remember.
Which one? The Dragon Ball one? The Marvel one? The Thanos one? The Spider-Man one? The DC one? The other one?
Ironically, no. I thought it was one that was like speculation or memed for a long time.
I don't know. They did do the one where they created the Lego universe, the Rocket League universe, the
Yeah.
normal Fortnite one, and
I
that
think I
recently.
might just be getting the wires crossed with the Dead by Daylight and Five Nights at Freddy's one.
And it also like a Halloween one where they added like Leatherface and Jigsaw.
I think
For
that's the one I
base-
was thinking of. Yeah, they added in all the slashers.
Yeah, because they brought back every Halloween they bring back the Horde in mini games, which is quite fun to just shoot them all. They're like monsters versus robots, and you unlock it where you battle and you unlock bits by killing the Horde things, and then you get these two giant monsters colliding against each other until it's bigger than the actual map itself, fighting in the background.
Wasn't that
Which is
the
quite cool.
original plan for Fortnite? Didn't it
The
start like a
original plan
zombie
was to
defense
save the
game?
world. Well, yeah, it was a save the world where you were fighting against a zombie type horde, but you were also going around finding survivors for the storm. So you had multiple bits, and you go through the crypts and take them out. And then they took that out of the game, which I was gutted at because I bought that, and it was the best part of the game.
I was really looking forward to that part of, like, I saw that when Fortnite was but a wee baby, and I'm like, this looks really cool. I'd play this. And then it became whatever it is today. I'm like, okay, it's kind of fun, but like, I'm bad at it, so therefore it is not enjoyable to me.
Fair enough.
space to free up currently. Okay, that might work for me in a bit.
But I wouldn't. I guess I wouldn't be opposed to giving Fortnite another try. What would be opposed to giving Fortnite another try is my computer, who lacks the space to download Fortnite.
Try World of Warcraft. It's now 100 gigs to download plus.
And it's time like these. I'm grateful I never wanted to play that game. How is it 100 gigs?
Because that's not including the latest expansion.
Of course it isn't.
It's 100 gigs. I downloaded it the other month. It was 100 gigs, and I paused my subscription till I can afford it again. But I got my characters and some of my characters back, but they've all been nerfed from level 120 down to like level 60 because they've redone the levels and stuff.
Oh, really?
Again.
Wait.
And all my flying mounts don't exist anymore, and I'm like, where are they?
So wait,
So
it's
I got
not
to figure out
a
how to get them back.
it's not a pay for and you own. You have to buy a subscription to World of Warcraft.
Yeah, you buy the expansion packs, but you also have a monthly subscription. The subscription's to Battle.net for it, and then the expansions you buy them if you want the latest version of all the extra bits and the changes and stuff with the massive content. It's not like a free DLC, but the amount of stuff that they actually change and the missions and stuff in it, technically it's worth the cost. You often get new races unlocked, new abilities, new storyline with the cinematics, and loads of missions in those areas to level you up and stuff. So there's quite a fair bit in it done for them because of the nature of the game. It's just a case of arm and a leg.
Yeah, that seems to be Blizzard's MO recently.
Yeah, don't get me wrong though. The art for the splash screens and the art in everything and that is absolutely, just seriously, next level.
Oh yeah. Okay. So for the whole stream, I've had this yellow layer of light over this purple one, and it kind of gave it like a sort of diffusion-esque look, but I'm realizing now how much it's getting rid of the purple. So maybe if I do something like this or get rid of it completely, because I do like the orange kind of thing on it, but I think it's taking a little too much away from the purple. So maybe I'll take it from the middle, because it's I don't know. I think that looks better than it was before. I think we're done.
Looks good.
Yeah, I might play with it a little bit more off stream, see if there's anything else I want to add, but for the sake of time, I think we're good.
Good. KyngPin, Ark says, if they made a comic, would you read it?
Absolutely. I've got, so this past year and a half, I've gotten really big into more manga, more web comics. Soul Eater, Lackadaisy, Cast Off, Rich. Jacksepticeye has a comic, which I bought at Comic-Con, but did not get a chance to look through yet. I'm always looking for new comics to read because A, I find it inspiring. B, I find it as a kind of learning tool of just like, all right, so this is how this person did it. How would I do something similar? Stuff like that. And I just find them entertaining because I think the combination of art and storytelling really lends itself to a lot of cool things. But this is our final piece. I did realize the background is literally just a gray, is just gray. There's no gradient to that, so I might fix that up. But right now, I'm going to switch displays, gather up everything for the artist showcase, and then we'll be good. I know I have, there's a couple I need to grab from weeks past when there were no streams, which I apologize for. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm gonna see if I can do, what I'm gonna see what we're gonna try out is we're going to showcase the art. We're gonna showcase everything that has been submitted, but we're gonna give less feedback. In order to make sure everyone who did submit can be seen. And we'll see how this works once we do the showcase. Feel free to write in the chat if you like it with or without the extensive feedback. Because there is a lot of cool art that I want to showcase, but if I spend time... if all three of us spend time going over what we like, well, we can say what we like. I'm going to shut up now. We're going to look at some really cool art, and we're going to have ourselves a great time.
Yeah, we're going to give a targeted review rather than a ramble. That's what you're trying to get at, yeah?
Yeah. All right. And I'm going to group them by artist. And I see one more is coming in. Possibly.
Yeah.
Download the mobile app. What the heck is a Discord remix?
I don't have a clue, but I think you should get PureRef and make it easier for you to show all the art.
Oh, yeah. I keep meaning to look into that.
It's the one I keep putting at the end of mine where I can put them side by side, zoom in with the pinch on the touchpad, and then I can just go level side by side for it, or just group them in one section and go off and back and forth around the screen, which is quite useful. Because the canvas has no real size. Literally, it's no size whatsoever on it.
Oh, interesting. All right. We got a lot more tabs than I initially realized. Sorry, I thought I missed a question. There's a lot more art than I realized we have, so yeah. So this, first up, from a week or two ago, we have Allen Animations, and then I'm throwing in their other one that they just put in. But this is the first one. I don't know if Alan wrote anything. Nope, just simply I did it. But I know this is from their YouTuber Monster Sona video coming up. And this is the construction, which looks really cool. And then literally seconds ago, they posted this, which looks frankly incredible. I really like the detail and the line work, and the colors so far are looking really good. But apparently it is upside down.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's come out the other way around, hasn't it?
I don't. Wait, I think I got this. Can I do this? Is something like this possible? Display, transform, flip, vertical. Boom. So this is how it should look.
You know, you've done it the more complicated way than I'd have done it, but that's because I know how to do it in code in the page.
Yeah, I literally just I went to my overlay settings in OBS and I'm just like, hey, see this source? Flip it vertically. But awesome job, Allen Animations. I really want to see the finished artwork because this looks awesome. Next up, we have Owain Williams from the Discord, who wrote, upon knowing that one of my favorite web shows, Death Battle, has survived cancellation in August, which I did not know about. That's good that they're still running. I had decided to draw art of the episodes that had been confirmed via their Kickstarter. So I've chosen my two favorite to show tonight. Those are Wile E. Coyote versus Tom the Cat, and Godzilla the Hulk versus Godzilla. These are both ones that have been drawn. Ooh.
I like the cartoon like fight scene.
Yeah, I really love the Wile E. Coyote and Tom the Cat one is my favorite. And I don't know if you can read it, but there's the snarky commentary on the cartoon signs they're holding. Wile E. Coyote says, "Your 2021 movie sucked." And then Tom the Cat responds with, "At least it wasn't shelled for a tax write-off." That's mean, but it's true, and it's unfortunate. This is real. I love the cartoon dust fight. That's awesome. The rest of the what they wrote says, the former I prefer due to the fight cloud setup I did, but I do like the Hulk versus Godzilla with the legacy vibe I went for with the different versions of Hulk and Godzilla included in the drawing. I agree. I'm very much lean more cartoony, so I love the cartoon cloud, but the references, or not the references, but the posing and the anatomy of like the Hulk and having all the different colors is a really cool touch and a really cool design choice for this one, especially for two characters that have been around forever. So, nice work. Next up is Fazbear Entertainment with Behold, the very, very, very rush drawing of Lishi from Cult of the Lamb. I'm familiar with the game. I don't recognize the character, but if this is something that's rushed Fazbear Entertainment, this is an amazing amount of detail for something you claim is rushed. The face area is so well defined and very, very creepy. I love it. Ow, I hit my elbow.
Did you hit your funny bone? It's not funny, is it?
Mm-hmm. It hurts.
Yeah.
But yeah, this looks really cool, and I love the colors of these. It might just be the screen I'm on, but it doesn't look pure black. It looks like a very dark brown, which mixes very well with the lighter brown that you have. So overall, really, really cool piece.
Yeah, no, I've got the same color on my screen. It's kind of like almost like a really, really dark burgundy color.
Yeah.
Like
Okay. I couldn't tell if it was because my monitor goes onto night mode at a certain time and it makes things more orange. But yeah, no, overall looks great. Next up, we have Ven with an oil painting test. First off, Ven, this is outside of your usual style, but it looks amazing.
I can still see Fenn's style in it. Yeah, I can also see the difference in it.
Yeah, no, Ven's style is definitely still there, but the rendering itself is different. It's an oil painting type rendering, and it looks really, really well done. The lighting, the streaks of green in the hair for the highlights. Wow. And what I really like is there's a very minimal reliance on line art, which makes it even more reminiscent of the Renaissance old-time paintings like that. But absolutely great work, Ven. And I recognize this as one of your OCs. So keep it up.
Yeah.
And
It's like your motion chart thing.
yeah, exactly. Sorry. I thought I smelled smoke for a second. I'm like, is my house on fire? It's not, hopefully. Next up, Underwater Rings, or Thunderbirds Fan 103 in the chat. We have the first drawing is a trainer of Professor Piper Oakland and Dresden Oakland's Pokeballs for each other. I missed the I in Dresden Oakland's name. I see what you're saying. This is awesome. So, Piper Oakland I'm not recognized. Is that a character from Popcross or from something else?
Dresden Oakland's Dresden.
Dresden is Dresden. Piper sounds familiar, but I cannot place it. But either way, I do really like them. The Piper one is reminding me of a Dusk Ball, which is one of my favorite Pokeballs. I just love the color combination of it. And Dresden's too also looks really cool. I like the simplistic design and how it contrasts with Piper's a little more detailed. Okay, Piper's one of Thunderbirds fans' OCs. But yeah, awesome. And your next drawing is two main characters for the story, the Cackling Queen's Game, that Thunderbird fan is writing for Owen Williams, which are also really cool, looking good on the character design. I love the use of shapes in particularly the top one, but both of them overall. Like, you can tell that there's something unique about this character with this hammer looking hand and this one up here, and also the teddy bear, which is really nice. And I love the hairstyle of this one. The over the face draping is always a good design choice, my favorite. And then the third one is your OC for the Amazing Digital Circus that was inspired by the video that I put out, which is awesome. The colors, or the colorfulness of the character, I don't think that's right. That might not be a word. But the colors that you used in the characters' designs really fit with the Digital Circus vibe. It is very much a very colorful type of show. And I like that all the characters here have different colors. I am curious if you base them off of a toy from that error of like toy manufacturing, because mine was based off the Doodle Bears, which I had when I was a child, or if you chose any other like toys to base it off of, because they look really cool and I like them. So awesome work. And if you do anything with these, I'd love to see if you do anything with these OCs, because they all look really cool. Next up, we've got Nerd Comics Inc. from the first illustration in a new series that you're starting, Nerd, called Holiday Spirits. Boom.
Yep.
Nice. First off, I love you have the complementary colors of red and green, which really makes both characters stand out and draws your eye from one to the other, because you also have the good composition of the green guy going up, which leads into the foot of the red guy, which leads you down and up and then into the scythe, which repeats the cycle. So composition work is really good, and the use of colors in the characters are also really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And you also posted a second drawing, which you drew over the course of this stream.
Yeah.
You did this from scratch since the start of this stream?
No, I had this one. And I worked on this one slightly before the stream, but
Okay.
the one I had about halfway done, halfway through the stream. I took a break working on this one to work on the first one, which I did draw from scratch before the stream.
Wait. You drew this
Two and a-
over the course of the stream?
Basically, yes.
Okay, chat, for reference, this is what I was able to get after 9 hours. This is what Nerd did in about 3. How do you do it?
Also, chat, Nerd doesn't do rough sketches. There's a big difference on
That
that
too.
one. That saves them quite a fair bit of time. But we've had this conversation. Nerd doesn't do rough sketches. So if we ever had a task doing rough sketches, Nerd would probably take as much time as KyngPin takes on his normal artwork for the rough sketch.
I'm sorry.
But because Nerd doesn't do rough sketches, he can go straight into what concept he's got in his head and just draw it out, which is a really cool skill to have.
Yeah.
And that's how you end up with really fast artwork getting produced like this.
It's really impressive, and both of them look really cool. I love the glowing effects on this one.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Nah, awesome. Great work. This is really cool. How many? We got a few more. Okay. Next up, we have, I want to say Caden King. These are a little bit out of order. Yes, it is. All right. Caden King, who says, these are my characters I've drawn based on Inktober prompts, which I totally forgot to do because I forgot this month was October. Blue is binocular, or blue is binocular for binoculars. Yellow is sunny rise for sun. Red is Ava. So red is top, what is this direction? Top right. Ava for grungy. And gray is my villain that I don't have a name for yet, not based on a prompt. These are really cool. And you said they're based off of Inktober prompts, which is also really cool. I'm also noticing your Discord icon has a skull on it, which is adorable. But yeah, they all look really cool. I love the little, for lack of a better word, sunspot on Sunny's face. The little eye designs to simulate binoculars on Bin. The villain just has a cool design and color palette overall. I like the mismatched shoes. And I'm not sure what grungy is as a word, but I do like the design. I do like the streaks in her hair. The pink red streaks in her hair. Grungy is grimy or dirty. Did not know that. But yeah, awesome overall, really cool job. Next up is Ark, and Ark's prompt was Frankenstein's monster working at a fast food joint, serving Dracula a bucket of fried chicken, with Victor Frankenstein being Frankenstein's monster's manager in the background getting mad at him. And here's the final result.
I love the facial expressions in this.
Uh-huh.
He's nailed every single one of them.
Yeah. Wait, are these lines Dracula yelling at Frankenstein's monster?
Or in shock, he's got cooked chicken wings instead.
Yeah. That's so good. The Frankenstein monster design reminds me a little bit of Brian from Monster Prom, which I love. But you got the monster designs down, you got the atmosphere of a fast food kitchen down. The chicken frankly looks delicious, and now I'm hungry. But
I
no,
like the little anime style like emotion thing, almost like the Frankenstein's head to say that he knows that's there from behind him, like the crap.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. And the fact that you did 3 nearly full body characters in 3 hours is very impressive. Keep up the great work, Art and Arc. And I'm sorry if I was a little mean to you when giving you the prompt.
Don't worry, we'll be meeting next week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
Wait till you ask me what to draw on my stream.
Next up, we got Dempsey J illustrations with Can you say it, please?
Araka and Luna fused together.
Thank you. I don't know why that's a hard word. This is from your My Hero Academia Hell of a Boss, the Fusion live streams. This one is really cool. So, first off, this one's really cool. And I think I said this in our chat. I think there's the Comic-Con convention would really love posters of this one.
Yeah, it's a bit of a triple threat for a Comic-Con, isn't it?
Yeah. But I like the way you incorporated the colors, and I believe you changed Luna's fur a little bit to fit Uraraka's hair, right?
Yeah, so we were stuck in the stream of what to do because usually it's a dark grey colour. And I tried it as just doing the purple hair with like the brown from Araka's hair, but it didn't work. And someone suggested, what about making the hair the fur colour? So we went through a bit of a trial and error stage, and it
that's
worked,
cool.
which was really cool. And then this is the part where when I was doing like the fur and the hair, less is more. Because normally I go quite detailed on it and try and get more detail with it. So I took it all a step back on this illustration to be less detail, let the actual rendering stand out more with the line out, and then build it back up a little bit, which has come out quite well. But yeah, this was just a fun piece to do.
Yeah, it looks really cool. How many have you done so far? Is this
I believe
5?
5 at the moment. I've got Bakugo and Blitzo.
Right.
I've got a TM Barbie Wire. I've got Himiko and Millie. I've got this one, which is Yuka and Luna. And I'm sure I've got another one.
It's Luna, Barbie Wire, Beelzebub.
That's it. Beelzebub's the other one with Mina.
Yeah. Nice work.
Yeah, they're quite fun. I'm looking forward to whatever ones whatever ones I do next in the stream. Be quite interesting to see.
Yeah. Next up, we have Benjamin Neal over on Instagram. And if you're not in the Discord, you can always tag me on socials to showcase your art. Maybe we'll work on a hashtag. I hear Twitter's imploding, so we might have to set up a hashtag somewhere else. But anyway, this first one is Raphael Burns, the half-brother of Levi Allen on his mother's side. Raphael is the son of Alicia Burns and Kasiki Dinosaur, and the Kasiki Dinosaur Stegajarix. I apologize if I mispronounced that. Giving him the power of creation, powers of Anodite, and summons the dinosaur army. That's really cool. I do love the hair is a really cool style. You have the dinosaur elements in there fused in perfectly. And yeah, this is awesome. I really like the colors too of the suits that are different from the hair to give a nice degree of separation in it. So you have 3 here. The second one is Anna Yegorovich. She's the half sister of Miles Yegorovich. I'm sorry, I can't read today. And Helena Yegorovich on their father's side. Anna is the daughter of Sergei Yegorovich and the ratio angel Psychozorgia. She has the power of creation, the power of the red fox, and the power of the fierce vulture demon after she killed it. Nice. The feather rendering came out really good on this one. Feathers and wings in general are very hard to do. I like the posing a lot on this one. It's very dynamic, and there's a bit of a higher angle to it, which makes it even more dynamic, which I really like. And the triple eye and the patterned hair look really good. It's really cool. This one might be my favorite so far, but let's check out the third one, who is Logan Smith. He is the half-brother of Kane Solomon on his mother's side. Logan is the son of Aaron Smith and the Yoso dragon Psycho-Riob, giving him the power of creation and super speed. Ooh. It's tough to choose my favorite because this one also has a really cool dynamic pose going on in it, and I really like the lightning eye trails. But yeah, no, overall, these all turned out really cool. I will say, though, this one is my favorite design. I really like this one a lot, Ben. But yeah, great work, and keep it up. And finally, as a sort of bonus, as I got distracted earlier in the stream, this is actually... I should be good. This is something that Fantasy Creed drew, and if I'm not allowed to show this, I'm really sorry.
Yeah, they sent it in too late.
Forgiveness.
Yeah. She did say, you better show it. This is sarcasm. You don't have to. Meaning I could if I wanted to. And I want to, because this looks awesome. And the colors are really cool. And the lighting is awesome. And, like, I like my drawing, but, like, I really like this drawing.
Yeah, it's got quite a cool pose, and it's very difficult to do, like, the design going across the back and down, which Fantasy Creed seems to do really well. The kind of, like, organic flow from the shoulders down the spine and then along to be detailed out.
Yeah.
And the artwork. It's not... The pose you think would be quite simple if a back pose on a character because there's less to draw. But in these designs, there's so much more to draw than on the front of the character. It's kind of like, damn.
Everyone is so talented. It's great. Y'all do really awesome stuff, and I hope you keep it up. But that being said, that is going to wrap up the stream for today. Thank you all so much for joining. Guess next stream we are tackling a different project. What that will be, unsure yet. We'll
what?
I'll come up with something.
Is.
What?
I said, what do you, the viewers, think it is?
But yeah, we'll either go in next week with a plan or we'll decide once the stream starts. Either way, thank you all so much for joining, and I will see all of you in the video tomorrow. Peace out, everybody.
Bye, guys.
See ya.